up, family? CTR Media Network. Yeah. Best in the biz. Yeah. Join the team. CTR is who we are, the media network that's the best by far. Whether you're listening at your home, at your job, in your car, come get the information that's needed above par. Never lasting, motivational podcasting, giving you the answers to the questions that you're asking. Serious talks and topics, how to come up and profit, how to better yourself, your health is here. We got it, reaching 350 million, they tuning in. We in 50 different countries, we all can. And like-minded, find your purpose and your assignment. Come get your fix, your feel, your mental alignment. Get active and speak to the masses. Build your influence all levels and all classes. Now you know you can monetize and grow. CTR Media Network, start the show. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR is who we are, the media network that's the best by far, you know. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network.
CTR Media Network presents Top Podcasters Awards, sponsored by The Laws of Money, Passion to Pay Project, It Takes a Village Too, and Simply Wisdom Body Butters, hosted by Dr. Tina Ramsey. Join us as we honor the trailblazers of the podcasting world, creators that are transforming the industry. Uncover their secrets to success. Prepare to be inspired. The virtual event will be streaming on all live platforms, so be sure to tune in Monday, September the 30th at 7 p.m. This will be the virtual podcasting event of the year. Support this virtual event by sharing with family and friends near and far on all social media platforms. Be sure to use hashtags Top Podcasters Award, CTR Media Network, Podcast Community, Podcasters Unite.
Good evening and welcome to the CTR Media Network Top Podcasters Awards. We are thrilled to have you join us for this very special event as we celebrate the creativity, passion, and hard work of our incredible podcasters. Today, we honor the voices that are shaping the future of media, inspiring audiences, and making a lasting impact on the world. Podcasting is more than just sharing stories. It's about building communities, amplifying unheard voices, and empowering people to make meaningful connections. Here at CTR Media Network, we believe that every podcast has the power to change lives. And that's why we've gathered some of the most dynamic and influential podcasters to showcase their talents. Throughout this event, we'll be spotlighting 26 extraordinary podcasters, sharing their inspiring journeys, and recognizing their achievements. We also have exciting announcements, sponsor recognition, and a few surprises in store for you. Whether you're a podcaster yourself, a fan of podcasts, or simply curious about the magic behind the microphone, we hope you leave today feeling inspired and ready to embark on your own creative journey. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be motivated by the voices that are leading the way in the podcasting world. Welcome once again to the CTR Media Network Top Podcasters Awards, hosted by Dr. Tina J. Ramsey. Tina J. Ramsey. Tina J. Ramsey.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing on today? All right. Hello, everybody. How are you doing on today? All right. So today, what we're going to be doing, it is International Podcast Day. So today we are going to be celebrating along with other podcasters and letting you see the amazingness of what they are doing and how they are just
reforming the way that we hear and listen to podcast shows. Yes, so today I'm just so excited to be here with you today, this much anticipated event. And on today, let's go ahead and bring on some of our amazing podcasters. All right, good evening, Contour. How are you? Remember to like, follow, share, and subscribe. We're going to bring on first, let's see, we're going to bring on the laws of money, because we like to talk about money, don't we? And we're going to bring on generational turnaround. Yes, we're going to bring on nonprofit CEO, and we're going to bring on no more. So what's going on with these amazing podcasters, and why did we decide to bring these podcasters before you today? Because they represent CTR Media Network in the category of community outreach and nonprofit TV. Yes, did you know that CTR Media Network had their own channels? TV with TV shows up in it, just like NBC, CBS, Fox. That's how we do it over here. Yeah, that's how we do it. All right. And so these are the beautiful faces that you're going to see along with their guests. So first of all, I want to bring on the amazing Dr. Liddy, which is the Laws of Money. And she just happened to be one of the sponsors of this event. So first of all, I want to thank her for becoming a sponsor so that we can put on this event for all of you. And second of all, we want you to tell us a little bit about your show and what inspired you, Dr. Liddy, to start your show, The Laws of Money.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tina, and everybody on the network. You guys have been so super supportive of me. So I am not an outgoing person. People are shocked when I say that, right? I am much better looking up the rules, explaining them to you, and then going to war, right, on your behalf when I need to, either in courts or other individuals. So podcasting for me is hard. And people are very shocked when I say that. But the reason I joined Dr. Tina on this journey is because, one, I love what she does. I love who she is. I love how she shows up for each and every one of us. And I wanted to be part of a community that was supportive in that way. So the Laws of Money really focuses on where are we not getting our coins. We know how to get some coins, but there are a lot of other places that we're not thinking about to bring that enrichment into our lives and into our families. So that's going to be the focus now and forever with regard to laws of money, to bring you the riches that are out there that we don't know how to get.
I absolutely love it. And so when I'm thinking about the laws of money, because many of us, like you said, we can get it, but how do we keep it? And how do we keep it circulating? And so what I like about your show is that you're going to be talking about some of the emotional pulls that we have with money, and even going back to maybe how we was raised, the lack of knowledge, because we know in schools, they're not really teaching us financial wealth. They're not really teaching us how to hold on to our coins. They're teaching us how to shell out the coin. Right. So I like your show because it's bring the law and money together and help us to be cohesive and make smart money moves. So with that being said, Dr. Liddy, I know that you're very passionate about several different things in regards to people because of your life story, money because you want us to be self-sustaining individuals, and the law because most of us are afraid of the law.
I don't know why. The law, I mean, I love when people say that. It gives me the chance to say the following. Yeah. Best friend. I'm going to say it again. The law, each and every single one of us as podcasters, mom, dads, what have you, the law is our best friend, because every right that we have to even have a podcast is because of a law that someone put together. The right to buy a house, the law. The right to healthcare, law. The right to just be who you are, law. The law. The right to protect your content, your jam, whatever makes you happy is the law. And unfortunately, in our community, we were taught to run from the law, literally, right? And that's part of the ugly history. But we've got to turn that around. And I tell people all the time, if you don't do it, who will? And if you have children, I wasn't blessed with kids, but everybody wants to give me their kids. So I've got 12 godchildren, and I have to create a legacy for all 12 of them. And my view is we could all do this. It's not complicated. It's just detailed. We cannot run away from detail and knowledge. So hopefully I will be a part of the journey to turn this around for our communities, right? We can gain wealth, and I mean that sincerely, right? There's specific steps. There's things to definitely stay away from, but there's specific steps and how to protect it and how to pass it on. That's something we have to do as a community and individually. And I'm happy to walk that path with each and every one of us.
Well, I am so happy that you decided to be a part of CTR Media Network, because you could have went anywhere. So I thank you for being a part of CTR Media Network, and also sharing your knowledge and your know-how with helping us get over the emotional things that we have attached to law, and also the emotional things that we have attached to money, and helping us to be empowered so that now we can really build what people say legacy. We say that a lot, but we really don't understand what it means. And so your show really breaks down what that means, and most importantly, how to do it.
Absolutely.
So thank you. So how do you want people to get in contact with you?
You know, I am great at law and financing and creating money. I am horrible at technology. God skipped me in heaven when he said, I want to give some technology power. So literally the easiest way is to simply send an email to my team at hello@drliddy.com. And that is the simplest way to be able to reach me directly. And everyone knows on my team that first timers get special time with me, because we need to deconstruct what they've been taught to reconstruct what we should have been taught. So it's hello@drliddy.com will come straight to me and my team.
All right, Dr. Liddy, thank you so much for being being a part and sharing your podcast and doing everything. And you're going to hear a little bit more about what she does in a few minutes, because we have a little commercial to play for you. She's one of the people, So
I love technology.
So you'll get a little commercial soon, but we're going to move on to our next person on our community outreach and nonprofit TV channel on CTR Media Network, which is Dr. Vanessa Guyton. Please tell us about your show, and why did you decide to start your show? You're muted. Unmute so we can hear you, love.
I am unmuted. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Vanessa, and I am the Executive Director of Hush No More, where we support survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, child sexual abuse, incest, human trafficking, all of those topics that we don't talk about as a community. And for me, I wanted to create a platform that not only shared my own journey as a military sexual assault survivor, I also want to share the stories of other survivors that deal with the hush topics, and also to allow the community to know about the different resources that are available, how amazing victim advocates are, and to not look at people as victims, but look at them as survivors and champions when they're ready to share their story and get to the next level, to just be able to tell the truth. And that is Hush No More.
I did it too, Vanessa. So I love it, love it, love it. And for those of you who are here in the Midlands, you know that she is a big focal point in our community outreach. If it's something dealing with the community, you will more than likely see Dr. Vanessa or any of the people that she associate with or collaborate with in regards to her nonprofit. So you will see her really in the trenches making sure that we have what we need. So thank you for all the work that you do in our community here in the Midlands. And she just don't do it here, but she's all over. She just came back in the country, people. So she do it all over. She do it all over. Vanessa, when you think about the most memorable episode you ever did on your show, can you think of an episode or an event that really hit you here in your heart doing your show?
Yes, my show with Mary Knight, she's a survivor of not just child molestation, but molestation from her dad, from her grandfather, and her mother. And so sharing her story let people know that it's real. It's not a man thing, a woman thing, that parents actually do things to people. And that was one of my most memorable episodes. And it wasn't from a sad space, because Mary is really at a place where she's an advocate for others who deal with child sexual abuse and also ritual abuse. That's a big one in our community that we do not talk about. And that is the conversation that said, yeah, Vanessa, you need to do this, because people need to hear the story so that we can be aware. How can you prevent something from happening if you don't even know that it exists? And so that's my most memorable story.
Yes. And I remember that episode. I had a lot of emotions when I watched it, but seeing how resilient she was at the end and how now she's using her life to be able to encourage and motivate people. It's almost bringing me to tears, because I remember that was a powerful episode of reclaiming your power. And if anyone want to know what it looks like to find your voice, watch that episode. Watch that episode, because she found her voice. So thank you for speaking on the hush topics, many topics that many people do not want to talk about, but we need to talk about so that individuals will stop suffering in silence. So next, we're going to go on to Tiffany D. Bell. Yes, from Nonprofit CEO Podcast. And I want you to tell us what inspired you to start your podcast.
Well, first of all, I think I'd have to say, honestly, Tina, it was you. Just watching you over the years and how you have grown and all the people that you've been able to inspire. I think that, as a kid, having role models is important, right? Being able to see other people that are able to take whatever necessary steps in order to obtain the success that they're looking for. I feel like you've been that for me. So that would honestly be like the thing for me to say, oh, a podcast, like it's not so far out of reach. Oftentimes you kind of think like, oh, that's for such and such. You know what I'm saying? You see things, you see opportunities, but you don't necessarily see yourself in there, and you don't see that as an opportunity for yourself. So to see someone who looks like me, someone who has a similar background to me, you've been very inspirational. Again, just remember the very first time we spoke and like realizing like, oh, I love her. So, I got to just give you the kudos for the inspiration as far as starting a podcast. Now, seeing past that, having an opportunity to impact people at a much wider scale. One of the things that you've taught us is that podcasts are evergreen, so they live on forever. And there's so much information out there, and making that information available to the everyday person, no matter where they're at, as far as their passion in order to make a difference in the world. If you can find another creative avenue out there to be able to connect and be able to resource and be able to equip and empower people when that opportunity is given to you, I think you should, just jump and go. And you've done that for me. So that's the combination of those two things have been really great for me. So that's my heart behind the podcast.
Oh, now you trying to make me cry. Now I got to get through all these other 20 plus podcasts. Now y'all can't be doing this to me, because I don't cry cute. Now I'm trying to keep my little look together.
And you're beautiful, by the way.
So thank you so much. So you guys, if you want to know, she didn't even share about herself because that's just how she is. But for all you want to start a nonprofit, that is what Tiffany does, and she make it easy for you to be able to start a nonprofit. She also does other different things. So tell them about some of the other things that you do, Tiffany. your podcast and then the extension of your podcast?
Okay, so the podcast, again, it's a way to be able to equip individuals that are already established in the podcast, but they're looking for ways to be able to advance their mission, being able, again, to connect them to various resources. But, for individuals who are like, hey, I'm interested in doing a nonprofit, right? But, it seems extremely hard. Most times individuals are like, oh, what if I don't get it right? Like, well, how do you get the funding for it? Like, I hear there's tons of paperwork. And, some of that is true. However, one of the things that I feel like I and my team do, we make it easy for individuals. And so we hold in our people's hands all the way through from start to finish. And then once a nonprofit is established, I also help with like board development, help them with their fundraising, help them with their with volunteer retention and recruitment, help them to develop a voice so they can reach their ideal client base so that they're making a difference. The interesting thing, again, with nonprofits, you have to be able to talk to both sides of your mission, the people who are going to resource and support your mission through funding and volunteerism, but then also the individuals that you really want to make a difference in their lives. So a big part of what I do is just help you on both sides within the nonprofit realm. I'm also a techie. I love technology. And so because I love technology, helping them with their marketing is a really big thing to me. And I do that for profit and nonprofit. So for individuals that are starting some type of startup, I love being able to introduce them to tech so that tech doesn't seem so scary, making that process of being able to, again, reach their audience through means of, whether it's creating some type of communication channel through printed media, through through like a CRM system, helping them not to be afraid to use even the tech that it's taking for you to do now with StreamYard. There's so many tools out there, and it's ways for you to be able to connect to a technology that is reasonable and not terribly expensive. That way, again, you're able to connect with the people that you need to and help to resource and connect them with your passion that you have for the world and making a difference.
Listen, I know you didn't know she do all of that. When I tell you the podcasters on CTR Media Network is the cream of the crop, I'm aging myself now. It's absolutely amazing. See, all of you think that I am all techie. I'm techie to an extent, but no, honey, she loved the tech. That's what she does. So for all of you who are looking, for how to do this, how to do that, and then the operations, because one of the most important things with your business is the systems. Yep. So that you can stop working in your business and work outside of your business, because the systems is doing it for you. And that is one of the things that she does. And really the setup and everything, the tech side, because listen, I'm gonna give y'all a little behind the scenes. She had to help me. She had to help me with my landing page. Okay. So I'm not just saying this stuff to do business with my podcasters, okay? And I tell you what, this award here, thank you, Tiffany, because she's the one who did the tech behind being able for you guys to be able to get the CTR Media Network Award. So thank you, Tiffany, again for your help. And she is your girl. She loves tech. And so I saw Dr. Judy eyes just light up.
Can you hear you?
Christina, you're on mute, sweetheart.
Okay.
Oh, sorry about that. So you are the next person, Dr. Judy, that is on our nonprofit or our community outreach nonprofit TV channel. And I saw your eyes just light up when you heard about Tiffany with all this tech stuff. I mean, like my great grandma had the privilege of meeting her. She said, girl, your eyes light up like 2 50-cent pieces. You got excited.
They did.
You was excited.
Yeah, I was excited.
Yeah, because I know some behind the scenes, so I know you're gonna be calling Tiffany. But anyway, I digress. Tell us about your show and what inspired you to start it.
Yes, well, I'm going first. What Tiffany said. It was you, Dr. Tina. I met you on Sandy Sanders' show. We were both speakers. Okay, I'm up here. I'm speaking on generational turnaround. And then you come in, and I'm like, I can't believe they put me on the same show that Dr. Tina. But then you tell me, I can't believe they let you go before I got to come behind you. And from that moment on, we connected. And as you can see, here I am, Generational Turnaround Podcast, where we seek the truth and then we bring our viewers the proof. And the proof is in the guests who are professional about whatever the subject is, they know it. So that brought me into where I am. I started Generational Turnaround as a transition of resources and nonprofit. I have family members that are incarcerated. And I believe that God put man first, the natural alignment, man, woman, child. Now we have to bridge the gap because now we have so many fathers that are incarcerated, so many children that have no role models as far as fathers. And so my show dives into what we need to do to turn around the way of thinking, the way even we have so many young people who are sick, who are having heart attacks, who are diabetic, that are young. We need to change the trajectory of the direction that our young people and our parents, the parents of the young people, are heading. And no one wants to say it's my fault, who dropped the ball, where it was dropped. And right now, all you have to do is take a look around you and see. You don't even have to ask questions. All you have to do is look. And so now we've got to make this turnaround so that the next generation and the next generation, we can't even guess how it's going to be by that time. So God sent me to TikTok, introduced me to young people, and that's where I started with generational turnaround. And right now, that's where I am, Dr. Tina. And I want everybody to know that it only takes, not whether you have a degree or not, it only takes caring. It only takes to activate your faith and want to change. So that's why I am generational turnaround. That's where it started from. That's where it is right now. And I am writing a book, Dr. Tina, that will be soon finished, called Healing Words. Speak life into the generations. My apparent guide. Thank you.
Love it, love it, love it. So thank you so much, Dr. Judy. So as you can see, the Community Outreach and Nonprofit TV channel is on fire. So if you want to know about money, law, how to turn around, if maybe you have a family member or family members or friends that are incarcerated, if you want to know how to start and scale up your nonprofit, if you have been dealing with some sexual assault or some type of abuse or violence, and you need an outlet that can help you with resources, this is definitely the channel that you need to watch. And the cool thing is you can watch it for absolutely free. So go on to CTR Media Network and you can watch and listen to these amazing shows. You can check us out on CTR Media Network's YouTube channel. And I encourage you to go there and connect with the YouTubers. All of these, they're YouTubers. Connect with them and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time that they upload a new video. So, ladies, thank you so much for being the first round and being a part of our Community Outreach TV channel. And Dr. Lee, thank you so much for being a sponsor. So I'm going to pull you guys in the back. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a commercial break. We taking commercials? Yes. We take commercials over here. We take some commercials. And you remember when I told you that our amazing sponsor, Dr. Liddy, has a little commercial? Hunty, you about to see it. And we'll be back with a whole new round and a new channel of people. We'll be back in a moment.
So gold and silver provides financial stability during these uncertain times. And the media educates people every day that the US dollar is no longer desirable. It made headline news a few weeks ago when Saudi Arabia, the #1 oil producing country, said to the US, "We no longer want your US dollar bills. If you want oil, we want to be paid," say it with me, in gold. Wow. And what's going to happen? So what does that tell us? This is the perfect timing for gold and silver.
And just like that, we are back. But guess what? I want to show you one more thing because we have one more channel that is on our Community Outreach and Nonprofit TV channel. And that is the amazing Sheree Moore of She Trucking Podcast. She is one of the leaders in the trucking industry for women. So if you are a female truck driver or in the transportation business and you're looking for a community to support you, I encourage you to go to their free Facebook community here on Facebook and and it's titled She Trucking. But before we go, I want you to see a little bit about Sheree Moore.
Join the She Trucking Foundation today and be a part of a supportive community of women in the trucking industry. Unlock exclusive access to valuable resources, including mentorship, educational workshops, and networking opportunities. Whether you're an experienced professional or just starting your trucking journey, She Trucking is here to empower you and help you thrive. Visit www.shetrucking.com to join us and drive your trucking career to new heights.
All right, so make sure to check out shetrucking.com or go to their their Facebook group, which is She Trucking. If you want to support that community, they do a lot of different things. And right now, due to Hurricane Helen, we know that a lot of our truckers are either stranded or they're going through some difficulty trying to get our essential products and services to us. So make sure to keep not only the residents in your thoughts and prayers, but also our truck drivers, because they have to keep rolling no matter how the weather is. So keep them into your heart and prayers. So next, we are going to bring on our homeschooling. Yes, our homeschooling and books TV. And I have a homeschooling podcast there, but also we have our resident book connoisseur on our network. Who is that? That is our 20-something time best-selling international author, the amazing Dr. Sandy Sanders. She is the person on our network that if you want a good book, you need to go to her. Okay. So what inspired you to start your show, Dr. Sandy? Unmute.
There I go. Can you see me okay now? Good. Can you hear me? There we go. So saying yes to you. I have been doing Stream Live through Facebook and YouTube, well, Facebook mainly, for about 3 or 4 years. And I'm telling you, when I first became an author, I did not know how to get my book out, Dr. Tina. And I was putting up inspirationals, and I have to actually give credit to my very first, she was second anthology book project. And the visionary author, none other than Kern Crockett Cherry, told me I had a show. And I was like, huh? And I said, I did. And she said, yeah, we want to bring the authors on. And I said, okay. And from there, it's pretty much history, because I made a commitment to the Lord that as long as I had a space for authors, I would continue to do this. Well, let's fast forward. After authors and anthology visionary authors continued to reach out to me, COVID hit and everyone was doing another social media platform of Clubhouse. Well, I would go on and support, but I didn't really feel like it was a space for me. And lo and behold, God answered my prayer. And you and you've been on my show. This is what you do as well. And you said, listen, I want to do podcasting. What do you think? And I was like, yes, yes. And it has been a wonderful, amazing journey, relationship. I am so, so grateful because God answered my prayer. And it is because of the CTR Media Network that we're hitting all of the social media outlets. And we're hearing from phenomenal, phenomenal people. And I've had the privilege of sitting in this virtual seat and interviewing some incredible, incredible authors. It's just too many to name, although I had said Kern, but you have Dr. Tiffany Bell. There's 3 ladies, now 4. Tiffany Bell, Dr. Dorothy P. Wilson, and Kern Crockett Cherry. That's all I can say. But these women, there's books that I've had the privilege of interviewing, and the incredible stories from visionary author Angela Singletary, who is only about 4 feet tall, an amazing woman. There are 2 books of women that I learned that there is over 200 diagnosed diseases of dwarfism. And so people that are short, and dwarfism and the disease. And she has 2 incredible books. And I have the privilege of interviewing those amazing, amazing women that tell their stories, that live a normal life. And then also being able to interview the visionary author that is over there's books of police officers and right now, y'all forgive me, I'm standing on stage, you know, whenever they do all the awards and you get to call in names, but oh my goodness, it's just incredible. I have had some amazing visionary authors, and lo and behold, I've continued to write myself, and now we're reaching countries such as Dubai, and our books are now, I'm part of some publications that are in Dubai as well as Nigeria. And so I'm just humble. It's too many to name.
Listen, you're one of those shows I go back on repeatedly, especially because I just like to go, number one. And number two, because if I have a book or anything, I'm touring over to your show. I'm like, do you have some availability?
Yes.
And so if you're looking for your next best book or a good book to read, she brings on so many different guests with all different type of genres of books, right? And so I encourage you guys to go check out her show and watch her previous episodes, because I guarantee you're going to hear something from one of those collaborative authors that is going to steer you to action. And she also have another show called Transformational Turnaround. So you already had an award-winning show. What made you say, I want to start another one?
So this came out of, it's called Positive Transformation Leads to Positive Results. It is a daily inspiration, which is simply also how Coffee Conversation came about. Coffee Conversation came about for my love for coffee. And I would do these morning inspirations, and people began to look for that spark, began to look for that moment of inspiration. About 2 years ago, it's now 2 years, I began to look at the scripture, Romans 12:2, where it says, be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Mm-hmm. And we were seeing that how so many of young people, no matter what color they are, were being affected by mental illness or not going through the self-care. And even us in this world, in our virtual world, in our literary world, are just so busy that I felt that this message of having a positive transformation, that it would lead to positive results. And what does that look like? That's in 3 areas of our life. It is our spiritual life. It is our natural, our relationship, our family, our friends. And then it is also our wellness, our health. And so each and every morning we put on a motivational, whether I go live or whether we put it up on our social media platform, which right now we're using mainly Facebook. And meet me there on my personal page, where we hope that we will provide you with some sort of a guidance that will help you, a motivation to help you move along your day, and just provide you with positive inspiration, because you're certain to have a positive result whenever you allow the Lord to lead you.
Thank you, Sandy, so much for sharing. Thank you so much for being a part of our network, because like I said, with all the other podcasters as a part of CTR Media Network, there are so many different amazing independent networks out there. So the fact that you guys chose CTR Media Network, we are grateful and thankful for each and every one of you, because you could have not said yes. So we appreciate you, and we're so happy to be on this impactful journey alongside all of you. So congratulations, and all of the previous people that just spoke, on receiving the CTR Media Network Top Podcasters Award.
Yes. I want to give a great big shout out to my grandchildren. My grandchildren are my biggest supporters. My grandchildren, my Ashton, my Adam, my Larry, and my soul Leo. And my family, yeah, we doing real what they say. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Okay.
All right. So thank you so much. And you can watch Sandy's show up under our channel, the Homeschooling and Books TV. So you can go, because people like to learn about homeschooling. You know, I'm your girl. And also books. And what does homeschooling and books have in common? Okay, now if you don't know that now, we need to have a different conversation. So go and check out that channel on today. So thank you for being a part. So right now, what we're going to do, we're going to take another commercial break.
Okay.
And we will be back in a moment. So we have something that Sandy had to say. She probably don't even know she said something, but she said so. We're going to take a little commercial and you're going to see Sandy.
Hi, I am Sandy Sanders. I am the host and creator of the Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy. We are powered by the CTR Media Network. Working with the CTR Media Network truly has been a blessing to me. It's been very rewarding for my podcast. I have been doing live streams for a little over 3-4 years and knew that I had wanted to start a podcast, but just was not sure how. Well, lo and behold, yes, the founder, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, has truly helped me with my visibility by promoting my services and the products that we offer through our training and through monthly training, helping me hone in on my craft and increasing my sales. So CTR Media Network makes sure that the podcasters in the network are aware of the streaming trends and techniques and support to our growth. It has been an amazing journey thus far, and I highly recommend the CTR Media Network. I made the right decision by being a part of the CTR Media Network family.
And just like that, we are back. Thank you so much, Sandy, again. So what we're going to do right now, we have another channel. Yes, another channel, which is called the Entertainment and Lifestyle. Yes, because this is for the individuals that like to know what's going on within the community, as well as some trending topics, and to talk about those things that you'll make you say, So, who is on this channel, you might be asking? This Entertainment and Lifestyle. We have the amazing Boss Lady Star in the building. Okay, aka she a doctor too. Dr. Vanessa James. We also have Michael Finkley from the Michael Finkley Show. Yes, 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 and yes. We have Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. We also have Sweet Blessings, yes, because she's a lifestyle show, baby. And we have Swag Her, and we also have our content kings and queens. So they're not here today. So let me go ahead and flash up their photos so that you'll know who they are, and we will move on. So we have Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. We have Swag Her with Fancy. She has 3 shows on the network. And we have Content Kings and Queens with Dr. Martin, Sharice, and 10G. But today we have live Dr. Vanessa, Anna L. Brothers, and the Michael Finkley Show. So we're going to start first with Dr. Vanessa. Yes, with Dr. Vanessa. So tell us about your show. And also, she happens to be a sponsor as well. So you're going to see her little commercial. Okay, coming up next. But anyway, so tell us about your show and why did you decide to start your podcast?
Okay, so I'm going to be Dr. Vanessa because my name is Dr. Veronica James, but I'll be Dr. Vanessa today. Look, me and Tina known each other for years, and she calling me Vanessa on live. It's okay. It's okay.
Lord, I am so, well, at least I got the B right. Dr. Veronica.
Because that's what you always say, like B and T, B and T.
You know, I am trying to be professional. I don't never call you Veronica. I know. I'm trying to be professional. See, okay. Blooper live. Hey, sorry, Dr. Veronica James.
I started my podcast during COVID, actually. I'm a people person. I love to talk to people and get to know each other. I don't know if it's because I was a social butterfly when I was younger, or the fact that I was in the military, or the fact that my parents, were with the government and just traveling from place to place, going all around the country. That's been my biggest thing, is just talking. I love to communicate. So if I can talk to somebody that's across the world or across the country, and I don't have to fly there to get to them, but I can still have a good conversation with them, that's my way of doing it. And moving to a new state, being in South Carolina, and being locked in and then not knowing nobody, it was a lot for me. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I was going to go crazy. But then, I just started using the internet to get out there and talk to other people. I met other podcasters. And then when things started opening back up, I started having events with my Sip, Laugh, and Paints, and I was able to meet Mr. Ramsey, and he was doing my videography for me and doing all the photos. And then he was like, yeah, I could do this. He goes, you really need to talk to my wife. You need to meet my wife. And I had the opportunity to meet Dr. Tina Ramsey, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, she's awesome. She came to one of my events. She jumped in, helped out, and I didn't even ask her. I thought she was just his assistant until he's like, oh, that's my wife. I was like, oh my gosh. And she's just been amazing. And that was the start of a new relationship and friendship. And we've been going strong since then. I told her the things that I wanted to do, and she told me what she was going to do. And I was like, I want to be a part of that as well. And I joined CTR Media Network from there.
I love it. I love it. And so it felt like we knew each other when we first met. And you guys, you're going to have to just keep that little blooper. Y'all, I know y'all going to make that go viral. Anyway. Listen, I don't never call her by her first name. I call her by a nickname. But anywho, that's because she my friend. Right. But anyway, she has an amazing business, and V does a lot. Look at me saying V on public. Dr. Veronica has an amazing podcast with broadcasting with Boss Lady Star, and she speaks with celebrities and authors and things within the community. You'll see her at boutiques, getting the voice of the community and what they're doing. And she also has her own business and nonprofit as well. So tell them a little bit on how you use your podcast in order to make connections. Because many people feel like, okay, podcast is just turning on a live, turning on a mic and just speaking. But tell them about the benefits of having a podcast and how it can help them in business.
Absolutely. So it's very important. I tell any person that's entrepreneur, and they think to themselves like, oh, I'm not an entrepreneur, I only do this. I'm like, no, don't downplay yourself. If you're selling books, you're an author, if you're doing comedy, if you're doing TV shows, if you're doing anything that's besides your day-to-day, and it's not your professional business yourself. Like if you're working for somebody, that's one thing. But if you're doing something for yourself and you're able to help other people while you're doing that, then that's the best thing to do as far as getting in podcasting. For myself, I have my Body Butters that me and my son, we co-own together. And being a part of that has been beneficial because I'm able to promote my body butter business along with other businesses that I have, which is like the Sip and Paints, like I mentioned earlier. That has been blowing up recently because everybody's been contacting me saying, oh, well, can you come here? Can you do it at this state? Can you do it at that state? So it's beneficial because you get the opportunity to set your own platform the way you would like it to be and tell people about what you like doing. So whether it's doing business support, my nonprofit, which is Simply Wisdom Incorporated, helping veterans or helping people in the community and single parents. And I don't just discriminate against men. I help all single parents. But just being able to have that platform and talk about it and speak with other people, hear where they're coming from, how they advance, and then sharing that information amongst other people, it's been beneficial to have my podcast for that.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it because you very unique. For those of you who don't know, I always tell my podcasters, all of us, that we're more than just podcasters, people. We're entrepreneurs. Some of us are career driven. We work as a CEO or going up the corporate ladder. We do different things within this genre and we expand. So the podcasters on this network are absolutely amazing. I do business with them because their businesses are amazing. And V actually helps us in regards to our events and everything like that. So if you was wondering who is the amazing voice, because it was my country self on the voiceover for the commercial, right? V. So she also does voiceovers and everything like that. So if you need any type of voiceovers for your events, make sure to give her a call. So for my podcasters that's on backstage, let me just give y'all, like I'm trying to comment you behind stage, but okay, I'm getting ready to do something I normally won't do, but I'm going to do it. This is live. If you're already been interviewed, please hop off so that we can let our other podcasters come on, because StreamYard can't hold all this amazingness. They can't hold us all. So you're going to have to fall off and let some more people come on if you already been interviewed, because we do have an amazing person that's supposed to be on this group right here. So V, thank you so much for sharing about your show, why you do what you do, and how podcasting actually help you with your business. Because many people look at podcasting as just podcasting, but it's not. It is a wonderful way to do networking, but also to build relationships and to grow and scale up whatever it is you're doing in business. So thank you so much. And we'll wrap around, come back to you in a few minutes. Next, we have Anna L. Brothers. And let me give her a little shout out. She is from the Jazzy Juice Collection. She's also a sponsor of Moi. It's her jewelry line that I'm wearing. So if you need any jewelry, hunty, go give my girl a call. Anna L. Brothers from Sweet Blessings. All right. I did my plus.
She's a mess. Oh, Lord.
So tell us, why did you decide to start your podcast?
Well, creating Sweet Blessings was really made out of love. I'm going to say that, because the reason that I started it was because, my mother had dementia. And when I found out that she had dementia, I'm going to tell you, I was like maybe 55 years old. I really didn't know what dementia was. You go to school, you get your degrees, you get all those things, but you really don't. No one really kind of expounds on that unless you're in the medical field or that thing. So it was something new to me. And what helped me was I got into a support group with the hospital. And that support group made me gain knowledge of that situation so I could help kind of help my mom. And what I realized is that if I didn't know, other people did not know. And so that was why I basically started Sweet Blessings. I had been blessed in my life. And so if I didn't know it, I wanted to be able to help other people to know. So the purpose of my podcast is to inspire, to encourage, and to empower people to live a healthier lifestyle. And when I say lifestyle, it encompasses, I have to always look it up, socially, physically, mentally, financially, emotional, and spiritually. All of those areas kind of embodies what makes us healthy. When one is lacking, the other are lacking as well. So I try to provide knowledge and make people aware, and I provide, workshops and speakers that come on and speak about different aspects to make your life better and you live a blessed life.
I love it. I love it. And so you will see that Anna is very, very active on social media. She not only does her podcast and be very informative with her podcast, because she do solo shows as well as she invite guests on. And she also does jewelry. So you will see her with the Jazzy Jewels collection. And it's a lot of people that do jewelry, but Anna make it so fun in shopping online. It's like she's her own QVC. So make sure to go check her out. So anytime you see me wearing jewelry at these events, I'm telling you, I do not do this by myself. I do not want you guys to think that I do everything by myself. No. It take a village, and Anna is one of the people on the village that help dress moi. And like Dr. Veronica, I'm gonna be professional. Dr. Veronica, she actually helped with the events, and we are gonna switch on over. We're gonna go with Michael Finkley. I'm gonna tell you some things that he does as well. But before I do, I know you see a new face. Yes, we have a new face. Sharice P. Listen, this is the podcast. If you want to get down to the nitty gritty, hunty, they don't play on this podcast right here. The Kings and Queen podcast. So tell us all about you and why did you decide to, why did you guys decide to start your podcast, and why, how is it that you are the only woman, and how you managed to be the only woman on this podcast? Because girl, you hold your own with them two kings over there.
I received that. First of all, thank you so much, Dr. Tina, for having the Content Kings and Queen rock on the CTR Media Network. It's so funny you say that, because that seems to be a recurring theme in my life. I've been so blessed to work within Grammy Award winner Anthony Hamilton's team for over half a decade. And he doesn't I'm like often he doesn't have a whole lot of girls in the crew. There are some of us, and I love y'all. Hey Michelle, hey Nikki, everybody. But yeah, there's not a bunch of us, and so it's a recurring theme. But with Content Kings and Queen, first of all, we're thrilled to be on the CTR Media Network and streaming to the millions of households that you all that we all get to stream to here in the CTR Media Network family. And so first of all, just kudos to you and to the CTR Media family that we're all in for building such a strong foundation that we get to rock in. So Dr. Martin is an amazing just tool guru. I mean, if you want to build a Black business, like just let me drop him. He's been a Black Planet pioneer, Black LinkedIn pioneer, Black Twitter pioneer. I mean, Martin, he's done like social media for like juggernauts like MC Hammer and others, and he's just been on the ground floor of so many things. So our show is what it is. We create content and we desire to support people who are entrepreneurs, who are artists. That's a bit more my world, and who want to go viral. And so we'll pull things from the regular world. People see things that go viral all the time. And it's like, well, how did that happen? What were the metrics behind it? Why did that work? I did something similar. Why didn't it work for me? So we literally are not just looking at ourselves, but looking at the people who are living as content kings and queens around this internet world, around this, metasphere, all of that, this digital world. And so Dr. Martin is a great tool guru. If you've ever had a conversation with him, you probably walked away knowing at least 3, 4, 5, 12 tools that you really need in your arsenal. And he's like there, he's there at the beginning. And so he comes in with that. And he also comes in with amazing YouTube, just tricks and tips. And so if you get a chance to jump in with us, I highly recommend that for Martin. Colin 10G, he was a former bureau chief for TMZ. So he is a dope man on the street. He knows how to just he knows how to catch the moment, how to make the moment. A lot of times him and Martin are going back and forth in our show, and I'm there like in the middle often, but I have my points of view too, but it's really cool to see Martin's dynamic with the tools and the metrics, and Colin's social acumen and knowing like how to make the moment come together. And then I am there. I was so blessed to lead 1/3 of Coca-Cola North America's shopper marketing innovation initiatives for all of North America. I was born and raised backstage. My dad was a drummer for the Isley Brothers, and between the corporate world and the arts, and being blessed to be a mentor for Grammy U, for the Recording Academy Grammy U program for nearly half a decade. I come in
really kind of looking at people like, what's your art? What's your craft? My faith. I mean, I am the CMO of hiphoptruth.com. That's what we say on the show. We share our platforms as well. So I love Christ. I love the uplift. And that's a lot of the reason why when Martin has his view and Colin has his view, I might come in and say, well, what about this and what about that? But all together, we bring every single show, we'll highlight something that's viral, something that's hot, something that's popping, and say, what are the things that you need to know from what they did to make your uplifting, dope project, business, art, ministry pop in a way that's unique to you. So thank you so much for letting us come in and do it. Hey, Tiffany, thanks for the love. And I'm just so like blessed and happy to be in this network and be in this family. It's awesome.
Yes, I am so happy that you was able to hop on because I was like, I have to do something I never do. I got to make a public announcement. Get you on here.
That's the
So
blessing. You
thank
have
you
a
so
co-host. You could jump in.
Yeah, child. I could jump in and jump out, but everyone, she is one of the recipients, along with everyone else that have their, CTR Media Network trophy for their Top Podcast Awards. And everyone also will get their own certificate in the mail right after this event for the top podcasters. Because listen, we appreciate all of you and we understand. Just look at Anna.
Yeah, Anna, we'll have to, since this is digital, we'll have to pose. We can come back and screenshot it later.
Yeah. Pose one more time.
Come on, Anna, grab your boy. And
come on, one more time.
Those that are watching, this is the kind of stuff we do on Content Kings and Queens. We'll say, okay, this is what we want you to do. Grab that moment. Cheese.
All right. Cheese.
And when you do, yeah.
All right. And so thank you so much for taking the time to come on. It's wonderful to have a conversation with you. I watch every episode because it's different. And I love to see the dynamic of the conversation. All right. And I'm like, she holding on because y'all been getting deep.
Yeah.
Since you holding, you ain't think hey, that you only need one queen because you're strong enough to handle them two kings over there. You do really, really well. So I encourage you guys to watch everything that they're doing over there. It's a very, very good, enlightening show, especially if you want to learn about social media, but you want to learn about it in a different kind of way. And also see how it coincides with what's going on in today, why it went viral, what people talking about, how does it affect us? They talk about that, what's going on right now. So make sure to check out Content Kings because it's two men, and that's our queen. Do you have anything else you would like to add?
I mean, you wrapped it up and really just to make sure you jump in because we're also going to tell you not just why they went viral, but what we really hope you take away from it and tweak to work inside of your ministry, your business, your art, your craft, all of it. So thank you so much. And you can find us on each of our platforms, Colin Tingy, Dr. Martin Speaks, and also at hiphoptruth.com. So
thank you so very much. And now we have Michael Finkley of the Michael Finkley Show. He is one of he's really our celebrity host because if you want to see anybody from the Tyler Perrys, from the Netflix, the Hallmark specials, let me tell you, they on his show, on that couch, getting real, crying and everything else. He get to the real. All right. So, Michael, tell us about your show and what made you decide to start your show.
Oh, first of all, thank you. Thank you, Tina, for this opportunity. We've been knowing each other for a long time, way before this all aspect happened, but you stayed true and you brought me on board, and I'm so appreciative. And everywhere I go, people, even my guests in Canada, know about the CTR Media Network. So we are singing the praises of this amazing network of people because we're family. Definitely, we are a family. And so the Michael Finkley Show, we bring the aspect of dreams. And how I started this show was it was during the pandemic. And I tell you, we were at home, of course, twiddling our thumbs. And I knew I wanted to start a platform, but I didn't know how to get started. I'm telling you, I knew nothing about nothing, right? Sound, lighting, how to dress, I did nothing, right? And my mom was in radio for like almost 20 years in our hometown. So I always saw her like, hosting and, talking with some of the greatest in gospel at that time. And so it was always there. But I never knew that it would spin to this. So we started April 13th of 2020. We had our droid. We hooked it up and we just started talking. And the emphasis back then was just sharing stories as we do now, but with the primary focus on education, because I've been in education now for the past 13 years. And so one day, someone saw the show and said, I want my guests to promote their new movie. And I'm like, really? Well, let's have a conversation then. And it just started from there. And so, of course, as we do within any type of industry that we're in, we modify and adjust, right? And so from there, it grew up into what you see today with the Michael Finkley Show, and how we, again, share the aspect of just following your dreams. And that's what my guests talk about. They can be this star that you've seen on your favorite sitcom or your favorite movie, right? Or, someone that you just love within your hometown that has that fame, right? That influence. But they talk about their dreams and how they got there and how they were able to achieve them, right? So kind of having that roadmap. And I want my guests to get from that is that, oh my gosh, if they can do it, I can do it too, right? I still have time to make this happen for myself. Someone is waiting on me to fulfill my biggest dream so they can fulfill their biggest dream, right? So those are the conversations we have. We have those three-dimensional conversations. They're things that my guests have never said on a CBS or an NBC or ABC, but they say it on the Michael Finkley Show. And we capture those moments, right? In order, again, for a person to see the bigger picture of, I can do it too. So that's where we are.
All right. And you have one of those shows too that literally, you guys, these shows are so good. I even watch the shows. I mean, literally, like when I'm doing what I need to do, I listen to them and everything like that. So, Michael, let's talk a little bit about podcasting in the sense of communication and why it's such a powerful tool. I know that you use communication. You are from the educational industry as well. So how do you incorporate the educational part along with the communication that is profound with podcasting? How do you use that?
Yeah, definitely. So I think that within anything, communication is key. It's foundational for anything that you do. And so when it comes down to the education point, I definitely believe that any form of communication can be an outlet for educating others. Just like I said, when it came down to the aspect of dreams, right? Persons are telling their stories and now they're educating them on the aspect of, this is how it happened for me. Now you can do this for you as well. We also promote the aspect too of tapping into our consulting firm, the Finkley Experience, where we assist students within their college realm. So we assist high school students within that want to go to college. So we bring in those experts in as well on financial aid. Those college counselors of, filling out the FAFSA, financially, all the good stuff, scholarships, all those different things go into play as well. And when it comes down to communication, again, you have to stay in contact with people because you never know where that could lead, right? For them, for us, and then for me, for them, right? Because it's a two-way street. And so there's some ways that we do that here at the Michael Finkley Show is that the conversation doesn't stop once the camera turns off. Majority of our guests, we keep in contact with them by way of email, social media, and we're texting them, we're calling them, and literally we're just in communication with them. And it led to so many different things on my end that God has blessed tremendously with. I just finished lending my my voice as background vocals for a Grammy-nominated artist out of Ecuador, where they submitted the project to the Grammys this year. And so hopefully I can say I'm Grammy nominated or Grammy award winning soon. And then also two plays. I will be in a few plays this year and next year as well, just by connecting. But again, it's a two-way street. Many of the performers or entertainers that have been on my show, I was able to put money in their pockets, right? By saying, hey, I have this person that is willing to speak at your event. Or just recently, the Voices, Jamar Langley was in my town of Mullins at our Golden Leaf Festival, singing his latest single as well. So again, it's you have to keep in contact, and the way to do that is just not just not a stalkerish mode, right? We have to be genuine. We have to be authentic with it. Because we want to scare people off. And I don't want to scare me off too. I'll run away. But yeah, just keeping that going, right? Because again, we're paying it forward for one another. We're in this together. So, and it forms some of the best relationships too, as well. Literally just got the before this started, was on the phone with Fantasia's husband. Literally just going back and forth. How was your day? How how things going with you? That kind of thing. So it just leads to so many different things. So that's why it's important, right? That's why it's so important.
Yes, and that's why I want to talk about that or discuss that a little bit, because many people feel like podcasting is just you coming on, interview the person, get that one shot with them, and then you leave it. Your goal should not just be an interview. It should be building a relationship, an authentic relationship that is a win-win situation that can mutually help both parties involved. If it's a lopsided seesaw, that is not a good thing. And so many times as podcasters, you're one-sided. You're thinking linear. You need to make sure that you have that communication. You be authentic and you build lasting relationships. Because money run out. I like to call it currency though, but money can run out, but it's the relationships that keep you going. Okay. I cannot tell you how many times in entrepreneurship I needed something and it was the relationships that I built that someone said, girl, whatever you need, you just say it. What do you need? But I had to let my pride aside. Now I must say that, like my dad said, put your pride in your back pocket. I was like, yeah, I need help. And they helped me and I was shocked. I was like, what? Because I built an authentic relationship. And as you can hear with most people on this network, I've been connected with them for years. Anna, we stopped counting. Michael Finger, we stopped counting, but Dr. Vanessa, and I'm building my relationship with the beautiful Sharice over there. So we build lasting relationships. And so think of your podcast not as a way to just talk your mouth off. It ain't about you at the end of the day. It's about the person who you bring on your show, right? Or if you're having a one-on-one or have a ensemble cast, like the Kings and Queen podcast, you want to make sure that you're building and that's what they're doing. Yeah. Okay. It's not all about CTR Media Network. It's about what we can do together. Right now we're streaming on their platforms just like they're streaming on ours. That is the key to building lasting relationships and building a network that has a net worth. It's not about you. It's about the community. It's about what you can do to make an impact. So with that being said, people, we got comments coming in. It look like, so anybody else have anything else they would like to say in closing when you heard about you was getting the award? How did you feel?
Well, I felt grateful, if you really want to know. But I also want to let people, I have jury for men too. I just want to shoot that out to everyone. But I do want to say I have been knowing Tina for a long, long time, you all, and I am so eternally grateful for her help that she has given me and the friendship that we have developed over the course of the years. And I always tell people, and they don't believe this, that we have never, ever met. but we are just like this. She's like my sister, truly, truly. I love her dearly, and her husband, and her children too.
And we love you too. Yeah, we just met virtually in a video challenge, and we just stood together like peanut butter and jelly for all these years. Like, but we will be meeting in person next year at our CTR Media Network event. We will be for the first time. I'm probably gonna be crying, so I'm not gonna wear mascara or anything.
If the Lord is willing.
Yes, yes, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will. We will. So, you guys, for those of you who are just hopping on right now, if you want to know how you can connect with them and the channel that their information is on, it's the Entertainment and Lifestyle TV. That's the Entertainment and Lifestyle TV where you can find their information at, and I encourage you guys to watch it. So any closing remarks? And then if you do, we're going to move on. We're going to have a commercial break, and then we're going to move on. Okay, Dr. Veronica, Lord, I might call you Vanessa again. Michael, we're gonna say V. I'll just say V. V, because she's my friend. I'll never call her by her government name. I mean, really.
I wanted to say thank you for the opportunity. We bounce back and forth off each other. Like, we like AC/DC. We go back and forth and we just keep each other balanced. But I want to say thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate my award. And I want to say thank you for sparking that fire in me again. Because every once in a while, because we're human, you kind of, you lose that flare, that glare just kind of goes out a little bit. So every time I feel a little bit down and out, I might just send a little text message like, girl, if you don't, I'm like, oh, let me jump on it. So I do appreciate that. And I do appreciate all of CTR Media Network family, because together we're strong and we can do anything. So thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. Go ahead, Mike.
Ladies first.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Ladies first. Ladies first.
We love a gentleman. Okay, King Mike. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to really amen what you and Michael were saying, Dr. Tina. And I came in saying thank you, but I want to say that again as well. And I just felt really thankful and loving my award. So thank you. And I just wanted to amen what you all were saying about the relationship. Growing up, with a father in the music industry, and being blessed to see him play stadiums and things like that. There were so many people that would be like tour family one year and then they're like gone. And I think that a theme you've heard in this segment of tonight's award show are all of the connections that have been for years. I've been blessed to, like I mentioned, being in the artist teams I've been in. You all are talking about like the relationships, and I love the statement that experience or education might get you a seat at the table, but relationship and character will keep you at the table, or experience and education might get you in the room, but relationship and character and integrity will keep you in the room. And so I think that that's just really in line with what you all were saying. And I was just over here like snapping and amening it because it makes me think of so many times. I'm blessed to work also with the largest Black touring organization that I'm aware of in the world, Roadies of Color United. I sit on their board, and to be in our organization that's over 1,000 roadies and Black tour managers, and I mean, you name the artists, their crew is in there. But to get in, you have to have had 3 years of consecutive touring experience. And people go, oh my gosh, like, how are you going to get that? How you can get that? And how do you stay on tour that long? Or how do you stay in an artist team that long? And it's just really in line with everything that you and Michael Finkley were saying. So I just wanted to amen that. And again, express gratitude from the Content Kings and Queen team. Thank you so much, Dr. Tina, for the platform you've built to bring people together so that we can share our good and to share what the images that they don't show on TV. Now they're showing them on TV because of the CTR Media Network. So Thanks again.
Yo, you are most welcome.
All righty, these beautiful queens up here. I'm just amazed to be a part of this for this section of CTR Media Network. Again, I can't thank you enough, Tina, for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. You always said that I am the celebrity talk show host. And I'm like, okay, Tina, that is not the people. But I've learned to embrace it, and I ran with it. As well. So thank you for that trust and that consistency that you've been having. I'm not going to name the number of years because we ain't doing that. But thank you, Tina. Thank you. And with the show, we have our theme song, which is I created myself and wrote, called Biggest Dream Come True. Is on all streaming platforms, along with the book as well. We're going on tour soon. Everything Biggest Dreams Come True, because we are. Hey, y'all. Acknowledge your dreams, make it happen, because people are waiting on you. We are waiting on you. And join our mailing list as well, themichaelfinkley.show.com. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. I can't. Thank you.
Oh, you are welcome. And thank you, all of you, for being a part of CTR Media Network. Like I said before, you could have went anywhere, and you decided to be a part of CTR Media Network. I thank everybody had any type of help. Oh my God, she trucking. Everyone that has helped us in any way, shape, or form, we are truly appreciative, because it takes a village. It's not just one person. Okay. And I know you guys thanking me, but honestly, it was just me saying yes to the assignment that God had for me to do, because honestly, I didn't want to do it. I was like, nope. I worked behind the scenes for 10 years in media, being an executive producer and all this. I do not want to run it on network. No. So, but then I said, I need to yield to it. And when I yield to it, and then I started telling people about the idea, and then different people was able to see the vision, and they locked on. And I describe everyone in this network as a little beacon of light. I can't do this by myself. My husband and I and our families, we can't do this by ourselves. It takes all of us to make a united sound that shake the earth. Okay. And shaking it with positivity. All right. And so I'm so grateful for all of you. And what we're going to do right now, because one of our entertainment and lifestyle TV shows could not be here, but guess what? They provided a video, and that is the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. And I want to give a shout out to Sheree Moore of She Trucking, because she is the recipient of the award as well. And I already mentioned her in the beginning. You can find her YouTube channel as well as her content up under the community outreach and nonprofit TV, because she is helping to change the world for female truckers in the trucking industry. That's what you do. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we're going to switch it up a bit, because when we come back, we are bringing on the entrepreneurship and career development TV. So everyone who's up under that channel, get ready. But now, before we do that, we're going to go to Men Can't Always Be Wrong, or can they? I don't know. Let's see what they have to say.
What's up, everybody? It's your guy T Swing.
And your boy J Bean.
And we are the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast, brought to you by the amazing CTR Media Network.
What inspired us to start our podcast is actually this, though. It's kind of a coincidence, because, I'm actually really good friends with his twin brother, and we really don't run into each other like that. And we just kept on bumping into each other. It was kind of odd. And we got a conversation going, and we're like, hey, I'm thinking about doing a podcast. I'm like, hey, I've been thinking about that too.
Yeah, me too. And so I said, man, let's do it, man. And it started out just as an idea. And then we got together, man. We grabbed a couple more guys, got some equipment, turned on the computer, man, got it popping.
And this went for it.
Yeah, and as you see, our show has changed since the beginning.
Yeah, it used to be 4 of us.
Now just 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we kept it going. Had to keep it going, man. Matter of fact, it was our idea.
Yeah, we're the original people who brought it up.
So we had to keep the idea alive, keep the dream alive.
Yeah, And we've done a lot of episodes, but I think the most impactful one we've done was with Dr. Umar.
Yeah, man, that was the biggest guest we brought on so far. But be prepared for more guests to come.
Yeah.
But that episode was amazing. We challenged him and he challenged us.
No, I didn't challenge nobody. I was pretty quiet.
Gotcha. Yeah, matter of fact, it was like our third or fourth episode. Like,
yeah, we were very fresh. And you'll see, I'm gonna put it looking like this.
So yeah, I remember, man, we brought him back in the studio backstage in the program, and everybody just like was starstruck. They were froze up.
Yeah.
When they saw him come into the room, I'm like, oh man, the brother's here, because I had met him before, and I had his number, and so I had contacted him to come on out. There was mental health was a big issue at that time. Some people had passed away. A lot of people had passed away from mental health issues. We wanted to address that because a lot of times people don't pay attention.
Don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah.
It's like an unwritten rule, man, to keep your emotion on the inside. Just deal with it.
So make sure you check out that episode.
We've been at it, man. We've been keeping it going. It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
We've been on CTR Media Network, and the key is to stay consistent.
Yeah, consistency is key, man. Because if you don't post nothing, nobody will see it, right?
Yeah. If you want something to be seen or heard, man, you got to put it out there for the people. And a lot of times, like they say, you ain't got to have the best equipment, the best cameras, none of that. You just got to cut that mic on, hit that record button, and just stay active.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's an audience out there looking for you. They're looking to hear your voice. So just keep putting that content out there, man. You're going to get better as it goes by. As the recordings go by, you're going to get more comfortable in front of the camera and hitting that record button. I ain't going to lie, bro. I was nervous, man.
Yeah, I was really nervous.
Yeah, I was like, man, I hope I don't mess up and say the wrong thing. But man, we got it together.
And then the best advice that we can give anybody is what we said earlier, man. Stay consistent. Stay on that grind.
Very consistent. That's how everybody got successful. Became and held their success because they stayed in front of you. You can go back and look at almost all these major podcasters and see their progress.
Yeah, because like most of the big podcasts, they start off, a lot of them were trash.
We ain't trying to hate on nobody.
Not hating about it. It was saying you can see the progression. And you can see the progression from when we started to where we at now.
Yeah. CTR Media, man, has been a very large and big help, man, with us, man, getting this off the ground.
Yeah.
They gave us the tools and information that we need to get started. Coaching on how to deal with guests, how to handle interviews and everything. Yeah. How to monetize your podcast. How to go out, and put your kit together.
Yeah, we have
try to strike sponsorships and brand deals.
Yeah, then Dr. Tina gives really good guidance.
Yeah.
And she keeps us motivated and keeps us going.
And also too, man, CTR Media Network has a large audience. And when you're down with CTR Media Network, you get a chance to be in front of that audience. So it has got us a lot of exposure that we might not have got on our own.
Yeah, we got from being a part of this network, and their social media influence have gotten us a lot of subscribers on our YouTube page.
Yeah. And the network is a network. There's a lot of amazing and important and popular people within the network. And you'd be surprised who you can get in contact with and who you can trade information with and do work with and do business with.
You get all different kind of subjects, from home education to trucking, legal help, and just straight up grown talk.
And entertainment, exactly. And our show, man, we like to keep up with trending topics, current affairs, things that we like, that we're excited about and passionate about. Like JB's really into martial arts. I'm into martial arts, men's health, mental health, diet, all that kind of stuff. Career fields, what's going on in the world, what's happening in the world that is going to affect us immediately
and in the future. Yeah, and stuff in the future too, man.
Exactly. And so that's the kind of guests we want to bring on our show. People that's affecting change, people that's bringing information or making people think outside the box, bringing people's minds, showing them career paths that they never knew about.
Yeah.
We brought my brother on for one episode, man, Captain T.
A tugboat captain.
He's a captain, man.
Yeah.
Not too many people get a chance to see things like that. And we want to bring on guests that help the young see that they can achieve these goals.
There's other stuff you can do besides certain things that they stereotypical put us in a box to.
Yeah, you could be more than a rapper, a basketball player, football player.
And then we like to thank CTR for giving us this award.
Yeah, we like to thank y'all a lot for giving us this award, man. Top Podcasters Award. We appreciate y'all
Greatly.
We appreciate y'all so much, and we're very thankful, and we're gonna keep it going.
Okay.
So make sure y'all stay tuned in. The CTR Media Network and the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. And also, if you'd like to be a guest on our podcast, just go to ctrmedianetwork.com. Click on the Men Can't Always Be Wrong icon and click the register to be a guest button. And come on our show, man. And if you would like to be a brand sponsor or partner with us, reach out at mcabwpodcast@gmail.com or contact us at contact@mcabw.com and reach out, man. We got spots available for you to advertise your products and get your voice heard and get your gift out there to the world.
And also, man, check out our website. Get your fresh merch.
Yeah, we got merch for sale. Get you some MCABW gear, man. And stay tuned for more shows.
More great shows.
Exactly. It's your guy T Swin.
And your boy J Bean.
And we are
the Man Can Always Be Wrong podcast. Thank you again.
Awesome. Well, being right never looks so good. Get your song.
Simply Wisdom Body Butters. Simply Wisdom Body Butters. I put simply on everything. I put simply on everything.
Simply here, simply there, simply body butter everywhere. From your hair to your cheeks, on your hands and your feet. Simply wisdom for your lips, for your thighs and your hips.
I put simply on everything. I put simply on everything. Place your orders November 1st at simplywisdom.com.
Uh-oh, thank you so much, Lynn J. That's one of our podcasters. Okay, because I do not want to mess up the sound. Listen, you can go and get your Simply Wisdom Body Butters. Listen, don't be ashy. Don't be ashy. Go on over there and get them body butters. Stop playing. Yes, our podcasters make sure they take care of your mind, your spirituality, your finances, your career, and if you ashy. Go on over there with B and get you some of them body butters, okay? So next up, we have the entrepreneurship and career development TV. We have Leveling Up. Thank you, T Swin. Yeah, from Ashy the Classy. Y'all know. Don't egg me on. You know I'm silly sometimes. So we have Leveling Up the podcast. We have KB Michelle Green and Fearless Promotions. We're going to be bringing them up. KB, we have Alethea Tucker, and we have Fearless Promotions right here. And so this is our channel that we talk all about entrepreneurship, okay? Entrepreneurship. And so these are some of the shows that's actually on the entertainment and career development. So for those of you who think that we don't give careers or ones who in traditional, they accolades, because we do. We have our own resident career connoisseur expert, the amazing Alethea Tucker. Really, it's Dr. Alethea Tucker, but Alethea Tucker. And she actually speaks about careers and how you can grow in your career if you work in a traditional 9-to-5 in the corporate world, and also some different things as that. So, Alethea, why did you decide to start your podcast?
Oh my goodness. Just so that you know, I have been backstage just cracking up. That body butter really got me. But anyway, thank you so much. I'm sitting here listening to everybody, and Dr. Tina, we got to know each other through an affiliation on a different network. And at that time, I really had not been doing a whole lot with my podcast. And you started talking to me, really just kind of mentoring me, not even leading me towards your show, but doing what she does best, encouraging others and being helpful, whether you're on her show or not. Let's just be fair about it. She is really about pouring in. If she can help you, she's going to do just that, sometimes to her own detriment. But I think she's gotten a little better about that. But anyway, things evolved, and she literally, since I have been over on with her network and this podcast, I have been able to not even contemplate going anywhere else. The family feeling and the way that she nurtures each and every one of us, you're not going to find that everywhere. So I just want to give you your accolades real quick and tell you thank you for pulling me on in, showing me the way, and getting on me when I need to do some things differently too. She is an accountability partner, so I'm grateful for that. I started the podcast over on with your network and just getting it revived because I have been in the HR industry for a long time, and I really was kind of catapulted into starting my own business because I reached those mid years where I started feeling some of those pain points, some of the pain points of what is it that you do with your career. And then just some of the things that we feel in those middle ages, you know, the things that we deal with, finance, career, lifestyle, faith, all of those things. And I said, you know, we need to talk about those from the perspective of those middle years, and then let people know that it's never too late to reinvent, and then tell them what it is we need to do to level up to get to the next level. Thus the title of my podcast, Leveling Up the Podcast with Alethea Tucker. And we talk about those things. We talk about career. We talk about understanding who you are on the job versus who you are really, because oftentimes they don't really connect. We kind of adapt to the environment that we have to. So we talk about that. We talk about caregiving because that's something that we deal with in those middle ages. Kids are going off to school maybe, and you're finally getting a chance to pursue that career that you really want. So that was the catalyst behind it. I traversed those years and I said, if I can find my way, I am indebted to make sure that I can help others to do so. And my podcast is one of the vehicles that I use.
I absolutely love it. And she also provides daily motivation for you. For those of you who need that, which is all of us. I don't know anybody that don't need some motivation in their life. I encourage you guys to follow her on all social media platforms because her posts, I look for Alethea posts. I mean, I share them. I used to put like a motivational quote or something every single day, but now I do it just when I'm motivated because I know Alethea is going to have it. So I just share hers.
She's right.
So she lighting my load. She lighting my load. So thank you, girl. You lighting my load because listen, it's just amazing on what you do. And I love the fact that your show talks about that mid area, that area where we as adults who have children who grow up, what are we going to do? Because our whole life been wrapped around our children, being a wife, what no one talks about that area, right? Or they make it a joke, midlife crisis. Well, what is that? Well,
right.
You know, why is that? You know, and so I love that you speak on that, and not only speak on it, but you provide tangible things that we can do in order to make those years golden.
Yeah,
that's what I see when I see Jolie's Enterprises. So tell us a little bit about Jolie's Enterprises and who do you help with your enterprises business?
In Jolie's, I do the coaching still. And a lot of what I see, I've already talked about the fact that I work with women in those middle years. And a lot of what I see when I do my coaching, when you get down to the bare bones, we have to start with making sure that we know who we are authentically. So we start there and then we build from there. We identify purpose and realize that some of us are kind of living in that land of mediocrity. So I help women, whether it be through coaching, whether it be through writing books, whether it be through preparing to do stage things on the stage as far as speaking. I help them to realize, number one, that they have value, and to have that value be heard either through the books, through their voice, but to realize that that value is of impact and that they can do something with that. They have a life in the middle years, just as they did in the younger years, and just as they're going to do beyond the middle years. So we work on that life. We work on, again, moving from mediocrity to the point where we're thriving in what we do.
And also, before I move on to my next person, I want you guys to know that Alethea also helped women build their self-esteem in the corporate world and entrepreneurship world with pageants.
I am so excited about that. And you wear that crown well, Queen.
Yes. Yes. That's what she does.
Yes.
So tell them about your pageant.
I sure will. I am the president for the Maryland area for Miss Corporate America. And Miss Corporate America. The Miss Corporate America competition. And what we do basically in that, it's not a beauty pageant, because women, come on, we have beauty and brains, right? And we celebrate entrepreneurs and those in the corporate world. So it is a competition, and it's a sisterhood of sorts. There's a national competition that's held in Orlando, but before you get to the national level, you gotta make the queen level at your state. And I do the pageant here in Maryland. So follow me on all of my Facebook pages and on Instagram to find out more information about that. Just another means, just another avenue that I've pursued to help women to celebrate one another and realize again the value that we bring to the world.
Exactly. So if you have aspirations, who knew that entrepreneurs can be a part of a pageant?
Yes.
So go check out Alethea. She has her coaching. She now is the president over the Miss Corporate America pageant, and she does the motivation. And she also has her podcast, Leveling Up with Alethea Tucker. So make sure to check her out, and also her show and everything that she's doing. Like I said before, our podcasters and TV hosts are not just podcasters. They are really making a positive impact in the world. They do a variety of different things. Podcasting and TV is just an extension of what they already do, and in order to connect and help to inspire you to walk into your best life. So Alethea, thank you so much for being a part of CTR Media Network and sharing your story with us on tonight. And congratulations on receiving the CTR Media Network Top Podcaster Award.
Thank you. I'm so excited and I'm very appreciative.
Oh, I am too. I love it. I love it that y'all just doing a fantastic job. And with that being said, you probably saying, "Oh, did she win?" No, I didn't win, people. I didn't win.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
All right, so now we're going to move on to Michelle Green, aka KB Michelle Green. And you guys have been seeing me speak a lot about KBBU, and now you're going to be able to get into the room to hear what she does and all about her show. So Michelle, why did you decide to start your podcast?
Well, I originally started my podcast by default. Before I met you, Tina, I was like, okay, I want to get this word out. I think that more people need to hear about what it is that I do. So I started out as a financial advisor, went into credit because I found that a lot of people didn't understand Finance 101, what I call Finance 101. And from credit repair, I talked to so many people who were interested in starting a business. And so I had a nonprofit already. I had a for-profit already, a couple of them. And I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's just go ahead and start an entrepreneurship school where I can teach people how to do business the right way. Well, by default, when I first started that business, the business school, the university, all of a sudden, I just wanted to, really spread the message across the world. But it didn't go as simple as I thought it would go until I met Dr. Tina J. Ramsey. Hey! Now I'm telling you, it just turned my whole life around. Helped me to understand like it's okay to be in front of the camera. It's okay to not be on camera. It's okay for you to have your voice, no matter what voice you are speaking from, no matter what it is that you are talking about to the world. It's okay for you to be who you are. So I just want to thank you so much. And I got my little, I got my certificate right here, right now.
All right. So Michelle, I am so happy that that you decided to join CTR Media Network. And I want to talk a little bit about how like for podcasters and TV content creators, you may not necessarily look at what you're doing as a business. So why is that faulty thinking, Michelle?
Woo, that's faulty thinking, because what is a podcast if it's not a business? I mean, when you think about what you're doing and you try to promote your business and you're trying to get funded, you're trying to expand into business credit, you're trying to do things that are going to support your company, your actual podcast, it is literally your livelihood. It's your business. So if you don't have your business set up correctly, then how can you get funded correctly? How can you get the big bucks? How can you get the proper business credit? How can you have the equipment and the resources that you need as a podcaster? Like that's it's very simple to understand, but it's not a lot of times that we find people are in business for themselves the correct way, setting up their companies in the manner of making sure that they have all of their paperwork correctly, taxes, insurance, any types of copyrights and trademarks, things that we don't really think about until after we have gotten our voice out there in the podcast world. And then it's like, okay, well, wait a minute. This is a business. And now I have to go back and redo things that I should have done in the first place. And that's just really backwards. So we try to teach people, we don't try, we do teach people at KBBU. We teach them how to do business the right way the first time. So if you're a podcaster out there and you're thinking about like, okay, well, I don't really have a business for my podcast. I just podcast and it's just something that I like to do. It's something that I love to do. But if you don't have a business set up correctly, then what's going on with your taxes? What's going on with your funds? At the end of the day, someone could come in and take your whole podcast name and you're out left in the cold.
Yes. And so one thing over here at CTR Media Network, we bring different experts and thought leaders into the fold. Like I said, we're not just podcasters. Now, my career is podcasting and education, but all the other people, they do that in addition of, right? And so we're not just podcasting. We are making sure that we secure your podcast if that's something that you want to do. And so KBBU actually helps with ones who want to make their podcast or TV show or live streaming a real full-fledged business, because there are people and companies out there that are looking to support micro content creators, podcasters, whether you realize it or not. Podcasting is one of the most cost-effective ways to market, position, and promote your business and what you are doing. They are looking for podcast shows to sponsor, to advertise on, to pay you in order for you to put their commercial on your podcast. But guess what? If you're not set up properly, they move on to the people who is.
That's right.
So I want you guys to start thinking about podcasting, not just as, oh, I'm just going to turn this on, I'm just going to record it. I need you to think of the business of podcasts. I need you to get yourself set up straight. I need you to be with the right people. As you can see, our podcasters has so many different things that they do that can help you, whether it's a nonprofit, podcast, corporate America, marketing and marketing, which we're going to talk about with our next podcaster that's coming up. The list goes on and on and on. So make sure that you reach out. If any of these hosts resonate with you, which I know they did. I know so. I know. Reach out to them and ask to be a guest on their show, or ask how you can patronize their show by putting an advertisement on their show. Talk to them directly, okay? Reach out to them and say, hey, I would like to sponsor your show. How much is it to sponsor an episode? And then they can let you know what requirements they have for their show and everything like that. Because here at CTR Media Network, you own 100% of your content, baby. We don't want it. We don't require no exclusivity. You can go to you can be on our platform and be on everybody else's platform. We do not care. We want you to fly high like an eagle. Okay? That's my favorite bird. So go ahead, you guys. Go ahead. So Michelle, is there anything else you would like to say about your podcast, your business? Because I know you have a nonprofit as well, and how people can get in contact with you for your show.
Sure. Basically, just want to let everyone know out there that in our business school, what we do is we teach you how to set up your business correctly. The second thing we do is teach you how to get your business funded. So that whether that's through business credit, business funding, whether it's through grants or loans or just vendor accounts, we actually explain the whys in our school. So we teach you everything from the beginning to the end and from the end to the beginning. The third course that we have is business management. So we're going to go through those automations. We're going to talk about the systems. We're going to teach you about HR and payroll. We're going to show you how to operate from a aspect where you don't have to be present, even though you're maybe pre-recording your podcast, okay? We're going to show you how to do things the right way so that you as an entrepreneur can really truly be a CEO and not a COO and a CMO and a CFO and all the O's, okay? We're going to teach you how to rise above all of the O's except your actual position as Chief Executive Officer. And then the last course, which you teach, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, marketing, media, and our shout out to our other sales coach, Martino Bryce, aka Yoshi. Hey, and Preston and Cornell, we see you out there. Hey, those are my other coaches that are part of the team, Mr. Carl, and our newest coach, Doris. But we do have a marketing, media, and sales course that is our final course. Most people put marketing and sales and media first before when they first start a business, but that actually is something that you need to do last so that you can make sure that when you do market, you get to keep all your people that you engage with. You're not losing people because you're now prepared to make sure that you have all the things in place for your business to flourish. But you can reach us at kb.michellegreen anywhere. We're on all social media platforms. If you would like to get in touch with us, definitely just message us. Go to our website, go to our podcast, KB Michelle Green, at any social media platform. You can find us there.
All right, thank you so much. Make sure to check her out, and then you can see a whole lot of footage from their gradcation. Yes, because over there they graduate, honey. So make sure to go check it out. And thank you for the other coaches for supporting this show. Next up, we have the Jarvis Floyd, Mr. Momentum, Fearless Promotion. And why did you decide to start your podcast?
Oh, welcome to this video. I'm here right now, people, because this gonna may sound funny to y'all, right? But I'm here because God led me here to be real with you. I didn't think I'd be here. I'm so glad I got here, yo. For real. So I started my podcast mainly because my clients. I own a marketing company for 16 years. And I've been in the game so long, I remember like a lot of them that I had back in the day, they would like do things like buy billboards or do things that I didn't understand. And then their company may go bye-bye in 6 months to a year or less. So I started figuring out how do I make sure my clients stay with me longer and rock out for a long time, right? And podcasting is one of those where I saw Tina and so many of her people come up. I'm like, man. So I'm here because I got people like Clipper Starks, a UFC fighter, who's going to be joining me on my podcast. It's for my clients and it's for God. It's to minister. When I take on my marketing clients, guys, I minister to them. We have a ministry marketing company. We do all things in marketing, but we take our clients by the hand, literally, and we show them how to change their life. And I got people that were so scared of doing videos. And so everybody in the CTR network to me is amazing because so many people were scared to get on stage and then rock it like Tina Ramsey does and Michelle. Oh my goodness. They're scared, right? I know this because of my marketing experience. And they're scared to do all kinds of stuff, right? So Fearless Promotions is here to help people get over fear, for one. Help people get over the deceit that the enemy or what you want to call it does to people. We get people on their path that God has led for them, man. We just, so podcasting, I started it because I wanted a way for my clients to have a way to make their business rock. And it's one of the best ways I've seen possible.
I agree with you because podcasting is a very cost-effective way of marketing, and it's a way that can access millions of people or thousands of people at one time. And it's one thing that I call making your digital imprint. Many people, you think about how can you make a lasting impact? And so podcasting for me has been that avenue, along with streaming TV, to make that lasting impact and also be able to teach because I'm a teacher at heart, right? I'm a teacher. So it's a great way. So I'm glad that you decided to start podcasting. And so DeJarvis, one last question. How you feel about getting your award? Uh-oh.
I'm excited.
Go ahead. Yes,
Huh?
yes. Okay, I didn't hear you at first because you was muted. But say it again.
I'm excited to get it and take a picture next to it and put it on my wall or something. Have a nice place for it, I'm very excited.
Okay, you guys. So make sure to check out his show, and he's going to have guests that are coming on his show. He's going to be speaking about marketing and media and all these different things like that. So if you want to learn more about that, then you can go check him out at Fearless Promotions, and you can follow him on social media as well because he posts all the time. Also, you can find my show up under this tier of entrepreneurship and career TV because my show is all about entrepreneurship, and I interview 6 to 8 figure earners. Yes, honey, in a room with the big dogs. I'm in a room with them. Why? Is because, like Michelle, I hear a lot of different things in entrepreneurship, especially when ones are just beginning. And I am not a financial advisor. I do not consider myself a business coach. I do media and marketing, right? And so what I want to do is bring the people that you may not ever be able to be in a room with. Maybe your money look a little funny, or maybe you're just not in the place where you can meet these type of people. I'm bringing them on the Tina Ramsey show so that you can get a bird's eye view of what it really takes to accomplish 6, 7, and 8 figures. How is it? What do you have to put into your mind? Who do you have to be around? What type of systems and different things that you have to have in order to really be successful? Because there's a lot of people saying, I made 6 figures, I made 7 figures, I made 8 figures, but they're not telling you the how. They're not really telling you that it's a roller coaster, okay? You're not going to be on top all the time. And most of these people that know, all of them, that I had the privilege of interviewing thus far, they all said they hit rock bottom, some more than one time. But what was it that keep them trying and building and scaling, even when everyone else around them has something negative to say? And that is the making of a wealth builder, okay? And so those are the individuals that are coming on season 11 of the Tina Ramsey Show. So you can find all of our shows up under the Entrepreneurship and Career TV, helping you build and grow in your entrepreneurship or career. Because at CTR Media Network, we have a little bit of everything for you, and you can pick and choose what you want to listen to. And the goal is for you to not only watch and listen, but execute and move forward so that you can walk into your best life. So everyone, thank you so much for being a part of CTR Media Network. And I am so happy that you guys are the recipients of the CTR Media Network Top Podcasters Award. And on that note, you guys, do you have anything else you want to say? We can wrap around the room with Alethea, Michelle, and the Jarvis, and then we're going to go to a commercial, and we're going to bring on our next channel. Michelle, you have something to say?
Yes, I just wanted to say thank you so much. Basically, like, I know that I would not be able to do what I'm doing without the CTR Media Network. I would not have that presence. I would not have that coaching. I would not have that understanding. And it's so funny because a lot of times as leaders, you know, you're a part of the KBBU team. And sometimes as leaders, we think that we can't learn from people who we are coaching. But I want y'all to know, like, Tina is a fantastic coach. I just, you know, come down a notch or two because this is not my field. It's not my arena. And I just am so grateful to God that he brought us together through a KBBU student. Shout out to the KBBU alumni and the KBBU current class. Mr. Jarvis is in our KBBU KBBU class right now. Shout out to Miss Virginia coming up. Miss Linda, yes, shout out to everyone who is a part of the KBBU class. But thank you so much, Dr. Tina. Like, none of this will be made possible if it were not for you. I am just truly, humbly grateful for all that you have done for my life. So thank you. I love you so much.
I love you too. Don't make me cry. Don't you start, Michelle. Don't you start. Don't you start.
You know, okay. Baby.
I know. I see it. I almost made it through the whole show. Okay, Alethea, you have something that you want to say. I saw you unmute your mic.
I did. I just want to again thank you. I'm not going to say a whole bunch because I don't want you to cry either. But you know that you have been really instrumental in helping me to get to this point, and I'm just looking forward to where we go from here. Thank
you. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, because listen, it's endless when we're doing it the right way. It's endless. The Jarvis, you have any more? You have closing words?
Yeah, I just want to say I'm ready to see where this goes to. I'm thankful for you, Dr. Tina Ramsey, and you know you're amazing, and the CT, this whole network is amazing. So I'm excited for the future and to reach 1 million people fast as I can.
All right. He said he ready. All right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a commercial break, and this is what you're gonna see on the Entrepreneurship and Career TV channel. And if you have a show or a podcast or you stream, and this is the topics and subjects that you're talking about, and you're trying to figure out how can you be a part of CTR Media Network? Well, let me tell you, over here, you gotta get in if you know somebody. So if the podcasters know you, they refer you in. If a sponsor know you, they can refer you in. That is how we do it because our network works within our network. We build and scale up together. So if they think enough of you, say, oh, let's have a conversation. Okay. Because we move when our podcasters move. That's how we do. That's how important we value the opinions of our podcasters over here, that they have a voice of who comes and who's going to be a part because they refer you in. Okay. And that's part of our economy system of how we build such amazing people because we're not doing it. God and them, they doing it. All right. So if you know somebody, reach out and let me know or let our team know what show it was. And then we will make sure to have that conversation with you and see which channel your show fit up under the CTR Media Network umbrella. We appreciate all of our podcasters. And like I said, we value what you say. We listen to what you say because it's so many different options out there and you decided to be with us and we don't take that for granted. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of CTR. And what we're going to do right now, we're going to take a commercial break because many of you podcasters out there, you need some motivation. It's not easy. It is not easy having a podcast. It's not easy running a business. It's not easy working a 9 to 5. Let's keep it real. And so you need some motivation. So in honor of our resident motivational person here, Dr. Alethea Tucker, honey, you know we had to get you some motivational quotes after she leave off the stage. So I hope you enjoy this motivational video. We'll be back in a moment.
Your voice has the power to create change. Every episode is a chance to inspire, educate, and uplift someone's life. Behind every great podcast is a storyteller with the courage to share their truth with the world. Don't wait for perfection. Start sharing your message. Someone out there needs to hear exactly what you have to say. Podcasting isn't just about talking, it's about connecting. Every listener is an opportunity to make an impact. Consistency is the key to podcasting success. Keep showing up, and your voice will reach places you never imagined. What makes your podcast unique is you, your voice, your story, your perspective. Own it, and the world will listen. Great podcasts don't happen overnight. Keep refining, keep growing, and never underestimate the impact of your journey. Remember, it's not about the size of your audience. It's about the depth of the connection you build with each listener. Your podcast is more than content. It's a legacy. What you create today will inspire generations tomorrow. The beauty of podcasting is in its authenticity. Be unapologetically yourself, and your audience will find you.
Yes, and just like that, we are back. And so we've been putting out a lot of shorts. Yes, a lot of shorts. Bite-sized pieces of all of our amazing podcasters. And many of you may be wondering, well, guess what? We're not gatekeepers over here. So I'm going to drop a little secret. Well, it's not a secret. It's a resource. So let me show you what we use, and then we're going to bring on our next couple of people, and then it's going to be a wrap after that, people. Yes, Optimus Pro is an amazing tool and it's very cost effective because over here we're all about not only showing you the great next best tool that's easy for you to use in case you're not a techie person like our resident Tiffany D. Bell. If you're not techie, you don't have to be techie to use Optimus Pro, and you can just scan the QR code and you'll be able to get in and be able to make your videos come to life. I love it because it actually helps you with SEO, it helps you with creating titles, and it also gives your viewers, your audience, an amazing experience. So make sure to go to ctrmedianetwork.com if you want to know about the other resources that we use in order to make all of this happen, because we're letting you know all the tea, baby. Go to ctrmedianetwork.com, click the resource tab on our website, and you can see the things that we are currently using. And we would love for you to try it with us. And some of the things that we're actually using, you can get a discount or a free trial. So go ahead and get those perks today. I also want to make mention of our amazing sponsor, because now CTR Media Network has expanded. Yes, we have expanded with our collaboration with the amazing Dr. Rhonda, and she has a platform, or I should say a building, and here in South Carolina. So if you would like to have some podcast space or event space for your next event or record your next podcast episode, you can literally scan this QR code and put in the code CTR Media Network, and she will give you a discount. Yes, she will give you a discount for being in association with our brand. Yes, we're all about giving you tools, but giving you savings at the exact same time. So make sure to go check her out today. And let me make sure that I also make sure that I put out everything that I'm supposed to put out on today. And then we are going to be bringing, a giveaway. We have a giveaway. We have two. I'm going to clump them together. Because we're running out of time. So I'm going to give away my best-selling book. So what I'm going to do is everybody that actually registered for this event, I'm going to put all the names in the hat, and I'll probably go live tomorrow on social media, and I'll pull it out the hat. If I don't, I would just pull it out the hat and put a post up, and you just have to reach out to me, and I will mail this to you, an autographed copy of the book, just in case. Because if you're watching all this about podcasting, so it's time for you to start your podcast. This is a best-selling book. I won 3 different awards just for this book alone. It was rated one of the best podcast books for 2023, and now it's on the list for 2024. So it's the gift that keeps on giving. It has a course in it that's worth $1,000, and you can literally start your podcast after reading this that day, if that's what you want to do. We also, it's in celebration of our 3-year anniversary, and we have our CTR Media Network magazine, where you can get close and personal with all of our podcasters and also our sponsors. And this magazine is not just a magazine. It is an educational resource. We're talking about in this magazine, why are podcasters leaving money on the table? We tell you how you are doing it and how to stop that, right? Why every podcaster should have a website. Many times you don't know the why you need this kind of stuff. And we also talking about 5 platforms to build your dream podcast team, so you'll stop doing it by yourself. And we're going to talk about the dark side of podcasting. Yes, just like there's light, there's a dark side. What is it? It's called podcast blues, the dark side of creating content. Do you experience burnout? Do you feel like you're not making an impact, or you're wasting your time, or you're constantly shelling out money and you're like, what's happening? It's a thing. And so we're talking about this and sharing with you how you can overcome that. Of course, we're celebrating our 25 top podcasters. We're talking about the pros and cons of joining a podcast network. And you're probably saying, well, I don't want to talk about that when I got a podcast network. Because we keep it real over here. We want you to make good decisions. Okay, good decisions. So we're going to talk about what you want to talk about, because many people ask that question. And of course, you'll be able to see a lot of great information, and there's discounts in here as well. So for those of you who, in celebration of this event, we will actually be letting everyone get a free digital copy tonight. A free digital copy tonight. If you want to get a free digital copy, let me grab the link right now, and I will drop it so that you guys can be able to go and get your free copy on tonight, because after tonight, we will, it will be a small fee. It will be a small fee after tonight. So go ahead and take advantage of that freebie. Yes, that freebie. All right, we have some comments coming in. Oh, you're welcome, T. Swin from Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. Everybody was awesome and inspiring. We have such great information, resources, and contacts. Yes, yes, and yes. I told you, CTR Media Network has some of the best podcasters on the planet. All right, so now we're gonna clump together two channels, and I'm gonna specify which channels they're gonna be on. But due to time, we're gonna bring on our last remaining people. We had more, but we had too many people. We had too many people, and StreamYard only let so many people. StreamYard, you need to let us have more people. Okay. All right. So we're gonna bring on the Self Improvement TV show channel and the Grateful and Hopeful TV. And so we're bringing them on right now, and we have Sports TV. All right. And so right now we have Kim Jacobs, Dr. Shirley, Anthony, and Virginia. Now, the first part. Kim Jacobs is a part of the not the entrepreneur, she's a part of the self-improvement TV. So if you notice, she brings on a variety of different people, but when you look at what her theme is, balancing and all of that, it's all about self-improving or improving yourself. We have Dr. Shirley Motley. She has an amazing show, and I'm going to let her talk all about her show in a few minutes. But she also brings in the word. So that's why she's under Grateful and Hopeful TV. We also have Wings of Wisdom, and they on the Grateful and Hopeful TV channel as well. And we have Dr. Connie Green, who is Wisdom Tips, which I'm going to share some stuff about her as well. So we're going to start first with Kim Jacobs. Kim Jacobs, why did you decide to start your show?
Well, first of all, it's an honor and a privilege to be here under your leadership, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, and with all of the distinguished guests and even some of the students from my program, Virginia Rutherford Hall. I started my show because I was already doing a show on PBS and the Word Network and had been the balance expert for a local NBC affiliate. And so I was like, okay, I was doing all of those things in studio at the old Jim and Tammy Faye Baker studio and flying people in, celebrities and different everyday heroes in. But then the pandemic hit and I was like, okay, so now what? I'm just sitting here. I'm like, I'm not gonna run this mouth. Somebody talk to somebody, love on somebody, because I love people. And so I was like, how am I going to do that? So virtually, I decided to learn more about how to go live and do it right from the comfort of my home. And it worked out lovely. So I've gotten to meet quite a few phenomenal people around the world.
Yes, and Kim is phenomenal in teaching you how to start a TV show from scratch. And you're probably saying now, crossing the line, don't you teach people how to start a podcast, Tina, and all this stuff? Listen, it's room for all of us at the table, and I like to find people that are better than me. Oh, did I say that out loud? Yes. No. Because she is amazing at what she does. And the cool thing is it lightened our load here at CTR Media Network, because what she does and what I do, it goes together. And when they're finished with her, they come to me and vice versa. So it's just an amazing partnership that we have. And I love seeing the end result, because one of her graduates is here right now, Virginia, which we're going to hear from very soon. And we want to also give a shout out to Dr. Lynn J. Okay. And so I love what you do with your show and how you do it, providing a platform. I met you through speaking with Tiffany D. Bell for one of their events, and that's how I actually met you. And so I'm happy about the fact that you brought your show to CTR Media Network. So Kim, what out of all the interviews that you have ever done, what interview stands out as one of the most memorable episodes?
Wow, that's a difficult one, Lord.
I know.
You know, one of the ones that, only one, two, okay. So one that stands out is a woman that has no arms, and she says her theory is unarmed but dangerous. Tawana Williams, and I interviewed her, and just how she navigated through life, being a mother, a wife. I mean, and she, you know, she be talking to her husband. She like, my fine chocolate, man. She was going on, and that's just a regular situation. But she really had to go over and beyond to be able to care for her child, changing the diaper with her feet, and all of the things that she had to learn as a result of being without arms. So that was one of my more memorable experiences.
I can see why. So, as a instructor, okay, we know that you have the hat of producer and you have your own show and you teach people how to start it from scratch. But what would you say is one of the main things as a coach with teaching people how to start a TV show is one of their main hurdles, and what can you give them as encouragement so it won't be a hurdle?
Yeah, I think that sometimes when people are starting a show, they're worried about what their personalities are like, whether they're introvert or extrovert or ambivert, whatever they are. What I want people to know is that all of us have gifts and we all have talents, and we all draw different types of people to us. So people need to have almost like a one-stop shop to be able to find you and to be able to connect with you. And with me being the balance doctor and having the Kim Jacobs show, I wear a lot of different hats as a mom and as a minister of the gospel. And then also with my children and doing all of some have diseases that they've been diagnosed with. One passed away, a lot of different hats. How can people find you in that one-stop shop situation? And that's what I do. I help train people to know that no matter what hat you're wearing, no matter what your circumstances or situations are, your gifts and talents need to salt this earth, and we need people to be able to know where to find you. And that's what the training offers, is a 6-week journey.
Awesome. So this is your last question on it. How did you feel when you found out that you was going to receive the CTR Media Network Top Podcasting Award?
Girl, you would think, I'm not even lying. I was like, you would think I'm getting ready to go straight to the Oscars and Emmys or something. I was like standing in the mirror. I was like, how come not? And I'm not even that kind of vain person or anything like that. But I was so excited. We celebrate all of the awards and the things that we see on television, which I'm honored. They're doing a fantastic job and they deserve to be celebrated. So that's not downplayed. But CTR Media Network Top Podcasters Award, to me, sits right up there as if I was receiving an Emmy or an Oscar. I am, whatever I get, I'm putting it right up there with that in that glass thing that I got.
Oh, you getting it?
I cannot. Thank you for the trailblazer, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey Curtis. I thank you for leading this charge, and it is making a difference in so many people's lives. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Because your show is one of those shows that so many people want on their networks. So the fact that you even decided to bring your show to CTR Media Network, and you've been here for years. You've been here for years. I am grateful and thankful for everyone, like I keep saying, because I know you didn't have to. And I know that each one of you, your messaging, y'all have no idea. Sometimes I go through things and I turn on the network and I kid you not, you say something, someone on this network in the episodes, they say something and it motivates us to keep going, because as a leader, it's not easy. It's a lot of weight and you want to handle your assignment right. Okay. And so it's a bit weight. And so you guys have no idea how much your shows bring us joy, bring us laughter, bring us inspiration, bring us to tears, make us smile, and motivate us to keep going another day. So when I say that you're making a positive impact, you are, and I'm one of them. That you're making a positive impact on me. And it's each and every one of your shows that you have, or each having a conversation with you guys. It's just simply amazing. So thank you. Next up, we have the Grateful and Hopeful TV, and we have KBBU alumni. Listen, you think I got a lot of accolades and awards? No, ma'am. No. Dr. Shirley McClurkin Motley, she is an absolutely amazing person, a trailblazer within the community, a heart of gold in helping, and she helps us break down where we have breakdown of communication that we lack so much, not only as children, but as adults. And what is that? The communication of writing. Okay. Many of us can speak, but can you write as well as you speak? And sad to say, most of us can't. And so that's where she filled in the void for all of us. And she has her beautiful show. And I want you guys to meet her. So it is you up, Dr. Shirley. Unmute your mic and tell us why you started your show. I can't hear you. Let me see. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. I was looking for the mute button, but it was a comment covering it. Hello, everyone. I am so delighted. I am indeed delighted to be a part of this auspicious occasion on tonight. I have enjoyed being in the presence of top podcasters, entrepreneurs, trailblazers, CTR Media Network. I am also an alumni of KBBU. And this is all an act of God. This is God. Because I tell you my story, this is my truth. 3 o'clock one morning, I was awakened and directed to the internet. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm surfing the net. I'm too old to surf the net, but I did it. And I came across someone from KBBU talking about the courses. And it was dropped in my spirit, register for those courses. I have a PhD. I said, go back to school. I got in contact with Michelle. I took those courses and I learned so much. Things that I had no idea about starting a business. That's how I met Dr. Tina J. Ramsey. I fell in love with her. I hear people saying that, but her personality is infectious. And so I enjoyed the fact that she was so real and that I could connect with her on many different levels. And I didn't know I didn't know I was a podcaster. I was just going online training, you know. And Dr. Tina gifted me with this book. And it has been a blessing to me. When I first met Dr. Tina, I had written this book, Reflections and Musings from the Book of Revelation. And at the time, I was teaching from this book. And Dr. Tina began to tell me all of my giftings that I was just taking for granted. She lit a fire in me. She turned on a light that I didn't know was in me. And so I decided to put all of my preconceived notions of anything aside and follow this young lady. She is always gracious, thoughtful. She takes patience with me. I'm a senior citizen. She doesn't have to do that. I'm a retired senior citizen. And no matter when I called her, she never treated me as if I were imposing upon her. So that's how I got into podcasting. I got into podcasting because of Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, and I didn't even know I was podcasting. I was just going online teaching. So.
Listen. When I met you, Literally, I met you at an event. Actually, you guys, this is the power of podcasting and how it works. I got hired by KBBU to do media. So I'm there interviewing KBBU. Now, at this time, I didn't know anything about KBBU. I was not a part of KBBU. I came there as a person doing a job. Okay, they hired me and it was a paid gig. Let me make it straight, because KBBU pay you. It was a paid gig, and I went there to do my job. And then I just tuck in the room and prayed to God. I tuck in the room. I was like, it's something different in this room. I met Michelle. We clicked. I mean, I felt like I knew her my entire life and just met her. All right. And then I'm interviewing all of these amazing people that's in her network. And I was like, this is different. And then Dr. Shirley pulled me to the side and had a conversation with me. And God was like, help her. And I was like, help her what? He was like, podcast. And she was like, I'm not taking it. I'm like, okay, now how I'm going to do this? And I heard her story. And she is infectious, just like she said I am. And it just, we're both on this journey, helping each other extend and excel. Because remember, it's not just about one person. It's about cohesively connecting with people to build and scale. And it's an amazing thing. So when I heard about what she's doing, and she's talking about the book of Revelation, which is a book that most people run away from. I don't, but most people do. And she explained it in such great terms. I was like, you got podcasts. You know how many people need, and so it's just been amazing taking her from podcasting to TV, because now she TV. So you got to watch her on TV, Roku and all of that, right? And so I'm just excited about everything that she's doing. I'm so very proud of her, because she listens with all of that education, PhD and all of this. She is coachable. And she listens and she executes. And so I'm so proud of her. So don't be trying to use that senior citizen as no excuse, honey, because you are doing it. Okay. Don't even use those senior citizen, okay? Because that ain't no excuse, because you're doing the thing. And I'm just so appreciative for everybody that's on there. And I'm so appreciative of you and how much you've grown since you started CTR. I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes. And so, Michelle is all in these comments. Okay. And so, you guys, she is actually going to be giving away a copy of her book.
Yes.
So what we're going to do, we're going to select the person, and then she is actually going to send the copy to you. Now, I'm going to say it with this. In the United States, my international people, honey, no, we'll give you something. We'll give you an ebook or something. We not finna mail over the country. We ain't finna do. The shipping is too much. We love you, but we ain't finna mail that for all. In the United States, and if you win this book, I'm gonna send you an e-copy if you international. I'm not sending no paper copy, because the shipping is crazy over there. It's too expensive. But anyway, so we're gonna make that announcement, and Dr. Shirley will send that to you. So Dr. Shirley, thank you so much for everything that you do for our community and talking about these topics, and also helping us to be confident in our writing. So tell them a little bit about your business, and then we're going to move on to Virginia, and then going to close with the amazing Anthony Washington.
Okay. My business is entitled The Right, WRITE, Way. The Right Way Editorial Services, LLC. And what I do is, if you are a college student, now I heard about students getting into college. I'm gonna be frank with you all. A lot of times minority students can get into college, but they don't necessarily graduate. They hit roadblocks when it comes to courses like statistics and research and writing and adhering to certain types of format. What we do is help them with that. We help them write the master's thesis. I don't write it for them, I edit and I give suggestions. The dissertation proposal, the research that they have to do, working with them and teaching them things such as mixed methods research, quantitative research, how to conduct that research, but how to write up the findings. With regard to businesses, we work with persons who have to submit proposals, grant evaluations, and research proposals. I have something that's going to be aired on the channel, CTR Media Network, and it is about how to write a research proposal step by step by step by step. I don't write the proposals, I teach others how to write the proposals. We teach people how to do a logic model. You have a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business people who are wanting grants. A lot of federal grants and whatnot require logic models. They require certain things that are alien to most of us who are great entrepreneurs, great business persons, but when it comes to writing grants and then doing the evaluations that are required, a lot of people cannot do that because they're intimidated. So I do that. And I do a whole lot of other things as well. I'm not going to take up all the time, but I would like to say that I'm almost through with the second volume of my book. I got to put a plug in. And volume 2 is going to be coming out soon. I'm one of the few Black female biblical commentators in this country, in the world. We have some Black females who are biblical commentators, not many. And I thank God that I am one of the few. Thank you, Dr. Tina.
Now, didn't I tell you our podcasters over here are amazing? I told you now. I told you y'all better start getting on that website and connecting with our podcasters. Okay, I'm gonna go to Virginia, but before I do, I want to give a shout out to the next person that's on the Grateful and Hopeful TV, which is the amazing Dr. Connie Green. Yes, Dr. Connie Green. She has wisdom tips with Dr. Connie Green, an amazing show. And she was trying to get on tonight, but we had so many people on, and I think it kicked her off. So make sure to check out her show. It's absolutely amazing. You want to get tips, you want to get wisdom from the biblical perspective, and if you want to be encouraged, because she shared her life story in order to help you grow, and she is also a graduate of Kim's How to Start a TV show from scratch. So make sure to check her out and her amazing show as well. So next up, before we go to Virginia, we're going to play a commercial, and then we're going to come back with Virginia, and then we're going to have Anthony, and we're going to wrap it up after that. So let me go ahead and pull this commercial.
In a world filled with confusion and uncertainty, where fear grips the hearts of many, there exists a beacon of hope, a source of comfort and inspiration. Introducing a groundbreaking commentary, a journey into the depths of revelation. Written for seekers of spiritual understanding, theological students, pastors, and anyone on a quest for truth. Experience the transformative power of faith and the wisdom of revelation. Embark on a journey towards clarity, confidence, and spiritual enlightenment. Reflections and musings from the Book of Revelation by Dr. Shirley McClurklin Motley. Now available on Amazon.
Okay, and we have 2 more commercials to play, and then after that, we're going to have Virginia. So we want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Deshonda, and she actually helps individuals start daycare businesses. So you're going to listen to that, and also our other podcaster that is up under the Self-Improvement TV channel, which is Empower You Crown Up, Brittany Petty. And after those 2, then we'll close out with our last 2 podcasters of the night. Thank you so much for listening in, but stay tuned. We're going to play these 2 videos, and we're going to have our last 2 podcasters of the night.
Uncover the secret to running a successful family childcare business with Deshonda Jennings. Her unique approach intertwines early childhood education with faith and compassion, creating a nurturing environment for our future leaders. Deshonda doesn't just stop there. She's also empowering fellow providers through her innovative childcare coaching methods. Featured in influential outlets like Soigné and Swank, We Empower, and more, her impact is widely recognized. So if you are an aspiring childcare provider seeking to learn how to build a successful business, make sure that you reach out to Deshonda today. Go to her free resource, 10mistakes-to-avoid.com, where you can download her ebook that's going to teach you the mistakes that people typically make when starting a childcare business. Again, 10mistakes-to-avoid.com. We will see you there.
Are you an entrepreneur or boss mom feeling the pressure to do it all? It's time for a change. I'm Brittany, your wealth and wellness coach, helping entrepreneurs and boss moms to increase their wealth while prioritizing their mental health for transformational healing and peace. From securing business funding and grants to helping you thrive, I've got you covered. Did you know that 70% of entrepreneurs, they feel overwhelmed, while 85% of moms feel they have to do it all? And this stress has led to 1 in 3 women dying from heart attacks. It's time to change these numbers. Let's rewrite your story. Connect with me to secure your business funding and to book your next self-care retreat. Connect with me today to transform your life by going to focusyoursuccess.com to download your wealth and wellness score and your blueprint for wealth and wellness. Again, that is focusyoursuccess.com to find out your wealth and wellness score and download your blueprint to wealth and wellness. So right now, make sure you go to focusyoursuccess.com to find out your wealth and wellness score and download your blueprint and wealth and wellness today.
All right. And just like that, we are back. Make sure that you check out Brittany Petty. She has the Empower You Crown Up podcast that is upgrading to a wealth building channel. So guess what? We grow, we change, we expand, all that good stuff. So make sure to check her out. You can find her up under the Self-Improvement TV show channels. All right. And so next we have our last person on the Grateful and Hopeful TV, which is the amazing Virginia Rutherford Hall. And she is also a KBBU student as well. And she is also a graduate of Kim Jacobs, starting your TV show from scratch. There she go right there. That's her graduate. Okay, so tell us about your show.
Yes, my show, Wings of Wisdom. Me and Kim Jacobs navigated through several names for the show. And I tell you, I truly understand my motto now, which is collaboration and affiliation is the keys to acceleration. So Wings of Wisdom is built on biblical principles. And it's amazing that Dr. Shirley commercial talked about fear, because that's where I was basically this month. 23 years ago when 9/11 gripped me, and I made a promise to myself then in September of 2001 that if I ever felt like I felt, those emotions would flare up, that I wasn't going to embrace my industry anymore. But my mom gave me the terrorist talk back then, the dearly beloved Reverend Charlotte Rutherford. And when she gave me that talk, I realized that I was doing what I love. But fast forward, when 2020 hit, I met Kim Jacobs through the legendary Les Brown. I had met him early in my career, and he told me I should be doing what I am doing right now. I heard him, but I wasn't listening. But when 2020 came and fear gripped me again, I realized that I must, answer the call, because we are all given God-given gifts. And I met up with Kim Jacobs through the legendary Les Brown, and then the legendary Kim Jacobs introduced me to the legendary Tina J. Ramsey. That's why my motto is collaboration and affiliation is the keys to acceleration. And now to meet, KBBU CEO Michelle Green, it's like I went to Bible college. The Wings of Wisdom is built on biblical principles. And now that I'm in KBBU, I'm always like, what Bible did I study from? Because she's bringing it from a whole nother perspective. So it's amazing. But I love doing my live show. Wasn't even thinking about podcasting, but you level up once you meet these experts, you continue to level up. So that's why I bring the experts on Wings of Wisdom to help those individuals who are at a crossroad and they need to know their next best move to become the best version of themselves so they too can soar on their own wings of wisdom.
I absolutely love it. I remember when I first, when Kim introduced us, she's like, I have somebody I want you to meet. I know you're busy, but could you just meet her? And I was like, okay, Kim, I'm going to do it. Okay, let me finagle my schedule a little bit, but I'm going to do it. Girl, when I met you and I heard your voice and I heard that voice, I said, what have you been doing? What? I was an airline stewardess. I was like, with that voice, that's what you was doing. And you was like, yeah. I was like, you should have been doing radio or podcasting or TV a long time ago. And then you told me the story about Les Brown and Kim Jacobs. I was like, see, now it come all the way around again. And now you listened and you executed. And we are so happy that you decided to be a part of CTR Media Network. Like I said before, I listen to all the shows and I kid you not, you give me so much like food for thought. I just love hearing the perspective and different ways that you do things. And just like what you were saying with KBBU, I went to Bible school as well and graduated. And so I went to KBBU. I was like, is you. And so I tell everybody, you think you know something, but you like, you don't know. No. So I understand what you're talking about. And I'm just so thankful that you actually started your show. And so with you starting your show and now what made you decide to go on over to KBBU? Because you already had your show going, you already had your business and different stuff like that. So what made you say, okay, I'm going to KBBU?
I wanted to go to KBBU because I know Marilyn Monroe said sometimes good things fall apart so that better things can fall together. So I know that when you look at in the word, it says, trust in the Lord, all your heart, lean not to your own understanding, in all your ways, acknowledge God, and he will direct your path. So going to KBBU, I know that I need to establish my LLC correctly, my business correctly. And I know the biblical way, but I was trying to correlate the two with the business. I know, it's to soar on my own wings of wisdom. I got the voice, and I had all these experts who helped me see the vision. So now I want to learn how to set it up properly so that I could, continue to build on the foundation that I have already laid. With the legendary Kim Jacobs' help. So now I got Michelle's help and the Dr. Tina Ramsey's help. So collaboration and affiliation is the keys to acceleration.
That is true. And I tell people that all the time. People, you hear them always saying collab, 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 or abbreviation for collaborations. And I said, well, you forget one of the biggest pieces of a collab. Okay, the first step is network. You go someplace, you meet some people, you network with them. And then if you see eye to eye on something that you're doing, you say, well, let's collab. Let's do a collaboration. Now, this is where people fail. They do the collaboration and then that is it. I said the key is affiliation, and most people don't get to affiliation. They don't get to that level because they're only thinking, their mindset is so limited, they don't even see what affiliation is. And that is the power of connecting, the power of leveraging, the power of bringing your gifts, their gifts all together, and everybody is winning. Okay. And so if you guys are paying attention, you're hearing how all of us met in different ways. That wasn't by coincidence. Now, I ain't gonna start preaching to you, but you know what I'm getting ready to say. That was God. We did not just meet, because all of us have different walk of life, different experiences, just different education. But the common theme is I met this person through my relationship with that person, and they told me about this person, and then I expounded and I built and I scaled and I grew. Come on, people. You can't do it by yourself. If you think you can, then that's why you failing. But the key is to not just do it with anybody, but the right people that have the right core values, the ethics, the morals, because you can't fool with me if you ain't got no ethics, no morals, no standards. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how much education you have. You don't have no ethics, no morals, no standards. It's a no-go for me. It's a no-go for me. And I have said no and walked away from many deals because I said your ethics, your morals, your standards, your principles are not aligned. And so what happens over here is that we are aligned. This is what, if you need a visual of what alignment looks like, look at what's going on with CTR Media Network and our podcasters and how all of us are connected in some type of way and how we were connected the right way. And that's how we're growing so profoundly, because it's aligned the right way. Okay. You wonder why you keep getting these roadblocks. Check your circle. Check your circle. So, Virginia, I know that you started your show, and I'm so happy about you starting your show. Can you think of any episode that stands out to you that you was like, I know I brought them on to teach my audience, but they taught me something. Can you think of anyone that kind of stands? Because you had a lot of great episodes.
I guess my very first expert, Miss Katrina Fitton Cook, and she actually teaches you funding also. She actually mirrors KBBU. She mirrors Michelle Green's podcast, but she also helps you to structure your business just like Michelle Green. But when she dropped all these golden nuggets, the light bulb went off, but it really didn't get bright until I was in KBBU. But I remember everything she said on the podcast. But then it's like Michelle Green shined a spotlight brighter. So it's almost like I got the golden nugget early on my first podcast, and then she's been on several times, and now she wants to be a sponsor. So she's calling me like, I want to sponsor you. And the anniversary is coming up because November will be the first year of the anniversary of my live show. And she's like, how can I sponsor you? How can, so she was the one initially like, I want to be your first expert. So I like to spotlight the experts because individuals who are at a crossroad like I was, they need these expertise. I consider myself as the liaison queen, connecting the experts to those individuals who need the expertise the most to help them move beyond the crossroad and lean on the principles of the Lord so that they can find that gift under these experts with their expert advice. So I could say Katrina Fitton was the key for me, and tied in with Michelle Green with that spotlight now.
Yes. See, that is how God works. He can bring someone in your life to drop that seed. Drop that seed to make you kind of think, but you don't have enough information to make that seed grow. They might just be the person just to bring that word, to bring that message, to bring that seed, but they're not going to be there to help cultivate you, to help it grow, but they sparked it. And then God can bring somebody else in your life to help you grow that seed. And so I have heard different people over the years say different things about business and different things as well. And I heard about it and I knew some things about it, but it did not click until I went to KBBU. And so I get it. I get it too. I get it too. And so that's just the beauty about my mom. She always say, God don't do no surprises on you. He's going to be dropping the nuggets, the bits and pieces over time to show you what he doing. And then you be like, wait a minute. And then it start making sense. But he know we're human. We can't take but so much at a time. And so if he would give it to you all at one time, you'll probably run and never do it. He got to give us little glimmers of it so that we can believe that we can do it. Because trust and believe, if he would have showed me this whole thing of CTR Media Network, I was like, no. But he shows us bits and pieces on what we can handle. And so I really appreciate you and thank you for being a part of CTR. And now we have reached our last person from tonight, and it is the amazing Anthony Washington. And he has an upcoming show that is coming on CTR Media Network, and he is going to rock this network with something new. Ooh, let me be quiet. Oh. What made you say that you was going to start the show, and what made you decide to come to CTR Media Network?
You know, the funny thing about it is when Tiff actually introduced me to you, and I said, okay, well, I wasn't sure if I was ready to do that. I'd done so many interviews with other podcasts and different shows, and I just came to myself, I said, I want to do my own show, you know, and I wanted to buy into this. And when you said you had your own network, I said, listen, man, you can't get no better than this, you know? So that's why I said to myself, yes, I would be definitely willing to do this. And I already knew where I wanted to go with this content.
I love it, because tell them about the kind of content that you're going to be creating here on CTR Media Network to give them a little peek, because honey, all the guys that be watching all that, the games on Sunday, y'all gonna be tuning in to Coach Dub. Y'all gonna be like, what? Wait, we ain't gonna watch no football. We watch the replay. But tell them about what you're planning on doing.
Well, the most important
and
thing
who
is
you are. I want you to mention who you are too, because they don't know. Like, tell the people.
Okay. My name is, I'm Coach Dub. I'm a former Nike football trainer. I was involved with the Nike football combines and training camps. So I was one of the guys to get people ready for the NFL draft. That's what I did. I was also a coach that worked with athletes for the Olympic Games and for the Olympic trials. And I help athletes turn pro. So my whole thing is go through the back end side. We want to go in the backstage of the sport. We want to know why things happen the way they happen, not just talk about it like on ESPN. We want to come with the backstage of the program and get people involved and understand if you want to go pro, how do you go there? If you want to go, what happened with the NFL players behind the scenes? This is what we're going to talk about.
Love it. And he's also a public speaker as well. So you will see him speaking at different events. And he just got finished speaking on Generational Turnaround Summit. And he's been on the news. And he have helped so many young athletes. Many of you that you know, that you're watching today. For those of you who are sports connoisseurs. So he is doing some amazing things. And I like the fact that you're talking about even though you're bringing all this to the forefront, but you also are going to bring up mental health. And I think that is something that's lacking in the industry and is so much needed. So why did you decide to bring that to fruition?
Because, most people think that athletes don't go through anything, and there's an alarming suicide rate among athletes that are committing suicide or attempting suicide, and with the high pressure of being an athlete, trying to be your best at your sport, trying to study in class, trying to do all the things that you can do to be successful, there's a high stressful rate here. And sometimes people just don't know how to deal with it. And I want to talk about that, have different experts and stuff on the field and talk about what happens when athletes don't reach their goals, and if they do reach their goals, how to maintain it with a mental perspective.
Love it. So you guys make sure to stay tuned in to CTR Media Network because his show is coming very, very soon to CTR Media Network. And it's going to be more than just sports, even though it is, but it's also going to be touching, like I said, on mental health, which I feel he's bringing that light because they need an outlet too. And you never think about the mental health of the athlete. You're just thinking about them performing, being your entertainment. But who is the person? Well, Coach Dub is going to let us know the person. And he's going to. And Coach Dub, tell us about your book because you actually have a book.
Yes, I have a book out. It's called The Heart of the Black Man. It's a compilation book of 30 Black men. And my book section talks about making choices. And not only the mental health, the part that goes right in there, the little snippet. There were some things that I went through in my life as a child that actually brought me to this position that I'm in right now. And I talk about that in the book. And it was the Amazon bestseller. It's still selling at this day. And I'm currently writing another book that goes along with that as well.
Love it. Love it. So you guys, is there anything else? We can do a wraparound. Anything else you guys want to say that you wish you would have said, but you didn't get a chance to say it? And after now you're sitting there, you're like, oh, I wish I would have said this. This is your chance. Starting with Virginia. Go ahead, Virginia. You got something you want to say? Oh, she got her award. Yeah.
I just want to say thank you for this award. Just thank you. That's it.
You're welcome. Dr. Shirley, do you have anything you would like to say?
I can't find how to unmute.
There it is. I unmute you. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the award. I feel so honored. I have put it in a place, as everyone else, a place of honor in my home. It's a legacy that I can leave my grandchildren. And so it's more to me than just a trophy. It is a legacy. Our children need to have something that when we go on, they can look and they can see what we left. They can see our footprints. So I consider this as one of my footprints on earth. And I thank you so much for this. I was just too emotional when I realized that I was getting it. So I don't have it with me, but I have it. And thank you so much.
You are most welcome. Kim, do you have any closing words?
I'm grateful and thankful for this award, and I do not take it for granted. And for me, being a mom of 5 children, I just want to always lead by example for my children to know that anything is possible. And so these type of awards help that to continue to even let them be whatever God has created them to become in life as well. So I'm able to lead by example thanks to you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And I just realized I got 2 podcasters that wasn't able to be here. So let me give them some shine. We have a new, she actually going to be a streamer on the network, because we actually have people who just stream, meaning streaming on social media, on our platforms, and we have TV people and we have podcasters, which she will be turning into a podcast after she starts streaming. She is going to be talking all about property, real estate. She called her podcast Is Coming, just like Coach Dub, the Property Playbook by Lima. So make sure to pay attention to that, and make sure to check out Kim Jacobs' other graduate, which is Dr. Linda Joseph. She has the Emerge and Empower show, so check her out as well. We have Shauna Asby. She has the Be Famous podcast, and it's not about being famous. It's actually about family connection, about bringing the family back to the kitchen table and having a conversation, about not sweeping stuff up on the rug, healing from the problem. So you might think when you say be famous, she's talking about fame. No, she's talking about bringing back the family unit, and bringing back community around it. So that's a great show that you can check out. And I'm going to do a quick little spin to make sure I did not forget anybody on the platform. It looks as if I got everybody. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, I do have a big announcement. Yes, I have a big announcement. So we've been talking about expansion and growth, and also how amazing God is with what he does for all of us as an individual and as a unit. Of course, our CTR Media Network is celebrating 3 years. And so with that, it's our 3-year anniversary. You guys can go and get a free copy, a digital copy of the magazine tonight. And for those of you who do not know, we have podcast shows, because we started as a podcasting network. Yes, we started as a podcasting network. And God was like, listen, Tina, you got to do more. And I was like, Lord, no, not no more. He was like, yes, my child, some more. All right, because so many people for the years, because they know I come from TV and podcasting and streaming and all that. I've been creating content ever since 2009. I started my content creation journey. I've been consistently creating content ever since 2009. I know that's a long time. I'm aging myself, but that's what I've been doing, right? And so when they saw me getting into TV, being on TV, they was like, why don't you just start TV network? I'm like, I don't do no TV. I'm barely doing the podcast. So what are you talking about? And so with that being said, we have officially expanded and grown, not because of anything special about me. It's because God blessing what's going on. And let me read that. She said, I love all the different names that the recipients that was presented. Yes, me too, me too. Thank you for tuning in. I have an announcement. CTR Media Network has just expanded to television, baby, not just Roku. We are on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV. We are on Apple TV. We are on Android TV. We have a web app. We, of course, on iHeart. We are on TuneIn. We got IMDb. We got Spotify. We got YouTube. We got all of that. And guess what else we have? You can now download CTR from your Apple Store or your Google Play Store. So you can take our podcasters and their TV shows on the go. And we kept the same philosophy that we always have. Guess what? You can watch for free. Yes, you can watch for free. So you have no excuse about leveling up, getting the motivation, encouragement, and the knowledge that you need in order to excel. Because for our general audience, we love you so much. We're making sure that you still have access to this content for free. So what about my people who don't have Amazon Fire, Roku TV, and all of that? We thought about you too. Have you ever heard about online TV? Well, guess what? The online TV is where you can go to our website and watch all of our podcasting shows on our website. So the only thing you need is the internet. And if you ain't got to go to McDonald's and get a hotspot, you can watch. You can watch. So for our people who don't have Roku, Amazon, and all of that, Apple TV, guess what? You're straight. Just go to ctrmedianetwork.com, click the online TV. Let me show it to you because I'm a visual person. So you guys can see it. And as you can see, we have a brand new look. The website has officially changed with the growth. This is a new CTR Media Network. We made it very easy for you to be able to click and find and be able to download, be able to connect with us on social media. Yes, we have expanded our network. For now, we are a podcast and TV broadcasting network. You can actually engage with our content as well by writing little notes. You can share, because our podcasts give so much great information along with their guests. You might need to take some notes. So go ahead and take some notes. You can click and go straight and watch it. And if you would like to join the network, remember we are by referral base only. So you got to know somebody. So who is it that you know so they can give you a word to get you in? All right. And these are just some of the amazing people or businesses that we have worked with and the affiliations that we also have. You can actually click these logos and be able to see those businesses and connect with those businesses. You can also register to be a guest, and you connect directly with our podcasters. You don't have to go through us in order to connect with them. We do not block your way. We want you to connect with them and support and sponsor their shows to help them grow as they help you grow. This is the online TV part, and make sure that it actually shows it. And you can actually watch this and all the different, look, the Kim Jacobs show playing right now on one of the channels. Okay, so we have multiple channels, so you can scroll and see all the different channels that we have. We're going to be adding some more channels. So we have the Men Can't Be Wrong channel where you can binge watch all of their shows. Wisdom Tips, Dr. Shirley. We're going to change this to her other name, but you can have Dr. Shirley, Fearless Promotions, CTR Media Network, which shows all of our podcasters. We have She Trucking TV, Empower You Crown Up, Generational Turnaround Podcast, and KBBU Podcast. We're adding more channels every single day. You can scroll, watch, and then we have the TV guide that you can click and see what episode is playing, what it's about, what time it plays, and what time it ends. So you can literally plan your schedule because we have a TV guide. This option is for the people who don't have access to Roku and Amazon Fire and don't have to buy Apple TV. You can actually enjoy our podcasters right here 24/7, 7 days a week from our website for absolutely free. Yes, yes, and yes. We are making sure that we cross all the different means of media. We have linear TV, which is online TV. We have streaming TV, which is the Roku, Amazon Fire, and all that with all the apps. You can listen in on our podcast from all the major podcasting networks. And here it is. Just check it out. And we have the resource. This is where I want you to live on these resources, because we're going to be putting different resources, because we don't believe in being gatekeepers. What we use, we're letting you know the connections to get podcast studio and get discounts, KBBU, what podcast equipment we use. If you want business advertisement, if you want to be speaking on stages, you want to start your own TV show from scratch, you need a one-on-one with me. We are different. If you want to start your own podcast, website, cost effectively. You want to learn about wealth building with money and create a life. If you want to learn about how to do this thing we call social media, baby. Listen, and we added more people to the list. Everything, literally everything that you need is just a click away. And we are adding more things every day, or not every day, but we're adding more things more and more and more so that you guys can be able to be well informed. You can get discounts, you can be connected, you can do all the things, all right, to get your business off and also start your show. We have it all together for you. We thank our silent investors who actually helped us, because we could not have done this without our silent investor, because it costs a pretty coin in order to do all this. And we thank them for seeing the vision and being able to pour into our businesses, because they literally was like, we see your vision, we've been watching you, and we want to be a part of it. And they don't even want no accolades. We want to be a part of it. So that's how God works. Okay, that's how God works. Okay. And so I thank you, and I thank all of you for being a part of CTR Media Network. I want to give a shout out to our viewing audience that's all around the world. We have officially, CTR has officially reached all 50 states within the United States, which means people are listening and watching us in every state within the United States. And we are in 100 countries outside of the United States. And we could have not done that without God first and all of you sharing and commenting and talking about stuff. I literally went to an event, somebody from Pakistan. I said my name and they knew who I was. They was like, wait a minute, you CTR Media Network? I was like, yeah, the CTR, yeah. I was shocked. Okay, so literally, you guys, we are grateful for all of you. We're thankful for all of you just supporting and patronizing our podcasting shows and CTR Media Network. Continue to pour into these shows. If you're looking for a place to pour into, these are the shows, because they're really working really, really hard to bring you this exceptional content. So help them keep going by becoming a sponsor or advertiser on their amazing shows. Your investment, your love offering will not go in vain, because they need it. Just like we need your funding, they need it as well in order to keep their individual platforms going. We thank you, thank you, thank you. And remember, go get your free digital copy of the CTR Media Network 3-year anniversary magazine. And we'll be doing these giveaways throughout the week. And thank you, Dr. Shirley, for doing your giveaway. And thank you to all of our sponsors, Dr. Rhonda from to have the podcasting studio in Columbia, South Carolina. Thank you, DeShonda, for the caregiver, for being supportive and sponsoring. Thank you, Dr. Liddy, which is one of our podcasters, from sponsoring the growth for us to be able to do this virtual event. Because listen, it takes money to do virtual events, just like it takes money to do in-person events. So thank you guys. And lastly, but surely not least, is our other podcaster, Dr. Vanessa. Lord, I said it wrong again. Veronica. Listen, I don't never call her no Veronica. V. Thank you, V. I don't never call her good man, and I call her V all the time. All right. So thank you from Simply Body Butters. And don't y'all be ashy. Y'all better go get some body butters from her. Don't be ashy now. Don't be ashy around here now. Yeah, I think I better just call her Dr. V Kim, because Lord knows when I'm trying to call her real name, I mess it up all the time, because I don't never call her that. But anyway, on that note, you guys, thank you to our podcasters. Thank you for watching all the way through. I see all of you still hanging in. We on like 3 hours and a half. So my God, thank you for being on this live the entire time. You guys have a great, amazing rest of your day. Make sure to tune into all of our podcasts on CTR Media Network. And if you're looking for a show, this is the place for you to be. Download the app today on your phone and make sure to check us out on ctrmedianetwork.com. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Lord, I got that from the Jarvis. That's his plug. No, I'll see you another time. See, I told y'all to see y'all stuff. I'm starting to say some of y'all lines. I'm sorry. Copyright infringe. I'm sorry. But anyway, let me show you guys the placard. So there it is. And we are certified Apple publisher, certified iOS publisher, certified Amazon Fire publisher, certified Roku publisher, and we are certified Android TV and Android app. We get the papers, like Dr. Shirley say. We had the statistical data. We get them papers, KBBU. And so thank you. And thank you. And thank you. And we'll be putting out some more videos and everything like that. So just stay in tune to all of our shows and our new shows that's upcoming. We love you. Have an amazing rest of your night. And we'll talk to you later. All right. Let me see. Can I wrap this up and tell you guys bye?
Welcome to CTR Media Network, where we're revolutionizing the podcasting landscape. Are you an entrepreneur or podcaster searching for a platform to amplify your voice and message? Do you desire a way to establish yourself as the go-to authority in your niche without breaking the bank? Podcasters, are you on the hunt for a platform that not only offers unwavering support but also provides expert podcast coaching, robust podcast promotion strategies, and invaluable insights into podcast monetization, all while ensuring you retain complete ownership of your content? Look no further. At CTR Media Network, we've got you covered. We have helped countless entrepreneurs and podcasters reach their goals over a period of time. At CTR Media Network, we're dedicated to nurturing both you and your brand. We specialize in helping podcasters and entrepreneurs grow. We're here to help you maximize your visibility and market share both online and offline. Our diverse podcast network spans across social media, 24/7 streaming online TV, Roku TV, radio, media outlets, podcasting platforms, and more, reaching an impressive 350 million households. But beyond numbers, we prioritize care, education, and assistance in realizing your dreams of making a positive impact on the world. Join us in this mission by allowing us to provide our platform for you to share your compelling podcast shows, engaging interviews, standout products, services, and impactful advertisements. Experience the difference with CTR Media Network, the network that genuinely cares about you, your journey, and treat you like family.
Thank you to our CTR Media Network sponsors. To learn more about our sponsors and CTR Media Network, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.